Okay,
I'm not.
so you're amazing. I am so happy to be interviewing you. This is, I would have loved this off because my friend T. Well, let me give a quick introduction and see the timestamps. About 17 minutes for future soul. Um, Today's guest, everybody, is my lovely friend Riley, aka ribblesvr. If anyone could shout her out, or I could shout her out in just 1 second. I know you as mostly a VR chat streamer, but you also play variety and stuff, and you work on models. And you actually, I was thinking about this. Let me change my status to red real quick because
Oh, let me make sure I'm doing the same. Okay.
um, let me tell my friend that I'm busy because I feel bad. I feel bad if I go on red right after somebody requests off me without saying anything. I don't want to be like, you made it. I don't want to talk to you specifically. Anyway, Roxy, I don't know if you're in chat, but I love you. Hi Creo, how's it going? Anyway, okay. Real talk, I got worried for a moment, but realized that the top is just skin colored. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a white.
So wait, I didn't think that at all. The other day I posted a picture of Lugs and me on Twitter, and Twitter flagged that as inappropriate.
I saw that actually.
Yeah, because they were not kind of similar idea, but theirs was like more all white, and I could they did not remove the warning or whatever. Lugs too hot for Twitter. True.
Do you want me
Well,
to change into another model?
no, you're
just in
fine.
case?
You're fine. You're fine. I
Okay.
mean, listen. If Twitch comes in here and is like that is inappropriate, I'm gonna be kind of
You have a
furious.
tummy? That's messed up.
Yeah, I don't know. World lighting does wonders. I don't know.
We're back in high school. Spaghetti strap. Can't put 2 fingers in the spaghetti strap. You
Oh
gotta
yeah, I
change shirts.
forgot about that. See, I didn't have
to.
to deal with that, but yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
I did. Oh man, my school did
Yeah,
not like me, so they would like
I
dress code me all the
forgot about
time.
that. God. Remember when Tumblr went crazy on the censoring and it started flagging bootylicious rocks? I do not remember that at all, but I could see that. Um, so anyway, my friend is the lovely Ribbles VR. And yeah, you're a VR chat streamer mainly. And I was actually thinking right before I came on, like, I forgot to give you the questions I was gonna ask you, but I figured it'd be okay. I figured we'd have a lot to talk about anyway.
Oh
Um,
dear. You mean I have
yeah,
to be original with my answers? Oh no.
I
Oh dear.
mean, just it's just you. I'm interviewing you. Also, I want to tell you before we get started. I'm interviewing you, and don't feel like you ever need to stop talking. I want you to talk as much as you can, or as little as you want to. It's about you. No pressure. But some people, like when I interviewed Ao Hasuki, she would give me very short answers, and after she's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted me to like not talk." I'm like, "No, I wanted you to talk as much as you can. I'm literally interviewing you." But don't feel like you need to like stretch. It's just you're good. Yeah. Ripple model's so shiny, very cool. Is it shiny? It might be the world
That's the
lighting.
hair.
The hair
I
is
have
beautiful.
specular. Yeah, I've been taking pride in how my models have been coming out lately.
They've been great. I've always thought you've had super, super cute models. And they look, they are just as orange IRL and just as cute.
I need to re-dye my hair for EDC.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
really?
to ask Summers or someone's. I already have an IRL friend. I have to ask their mom to dye my hair.
Oh, was that Squee? That's Squee, right? Or no?
Mm-mm.
Oh, somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once again, so I just want to tell everybody this is an interview. I will be pretty in tune with chat, but during the interview, I'm not going to be able to reply to every single message like I usually try to. But just know I love all of you guys. Thank you for watching and being here. Thank you, Sopra's mom, for being here. Thank you,
Sopra's mom.
Thank
I
you,
love
Sopra's.
you.
I'm
Baby
sorry.
girl.
I'm sorry. She makes it so fun to make like your mom jokes and Sopra's mom specifically for some reason, which we will maybe talk about later. Where
Huh?
We don't have to. Oh no, what is that?
Is this the consequences of my actions?
Hi Gumi. I love you, Gumi.
Gumi, that's my unofficial son. Oh my goodness.
That's true. That is your son. Is it
Yeah.
you and Kitty adopted him? Is that how?
I think it's just me. I think Kitty tried to disown him multiple times.
Wow.
So I'm just like, you're my son.
Oh, see, Ribbles is the best. I'm going to find you, weed people. Oh yeah, I forgot about that emote. You're so underwear. The name of that emote is so ridiculous.
Yeah. I was just reading it just like, what did he just spam?
Yeah. What is that emote code? I know. For anyone who doesn't see that emote code, it's I don't even want to read it. Wide people masturbation. 7769 420 gang shit. No more Fortnite code or Fortnite. $19 for a Fortnite card. Yeah. Download 7TV. LOL. I mean, no, I have 7TV. I know what the emote is. I added like a couple emotes like that. Anyway, thank you, Miss O'Neill. So once again, guest is the lovely Ribbles VR. I know you as like a vrchat streamer, variety streamer, model creator, and stuff. This is a hard question, and I know I have a difficulty whenever anyone asks me this, but how would you describe your content? Like, if someone were to read you, like, what's your spiel when you say, "Hi, it's me, Ribbles"?
I stole this from Lobby, and I've been kind of like in my head, or Sopra, and in my head every time I think about it, like what I do, it just the phrase pops into my mind. Ribbles does whatever she wants.
Ribbles does whatever she wants. I like that.
Yeah, and it started with Sopra does whatever he wants. It used to be Sopra's thing, and I stole it because I'm greedy. I don't know. I like to be positive. Be comfy, but also be entertaining. And I like being like pushing on a persona that I'm really like, you know, airheaded, kind of almost like a dumb blonde, just doing really silly things, you know, setting bits up for me to kind of like either for me to like fall/fail as a bit so people can like laugh and that kind of thing.
Aww.
Like it sounds worse than it is, but I like being
so.
like, yeah, I just like making people laugh. Especially in my chat. I love bullying my chatters. That's my main thing. I like banning and timing people out as a bit and as a gag.
That's a pretty good bit.
And it builds it. I'd like to think it builds bond, and I'm not holding anybody hostage. There's no one in my basement or anything, especially not my mods.
What? Very relatable stuff, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like being super airheaded too. I think, but I don't think you are. But I never thought that. But I guess so. I guess I could see that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So my friend T, when they interviewed you, I think it was about your experiences in VR. I came to that interview pretty late at the end, so I didn't get to hear everything. But
who?
Egregious Philbin, sorry. Do you remember that? Do you remember this interview? You don't remember this interview that they did? What? You were there. We were talking about the future of VR products and stuff. I think Ariana was there. Niceri was there.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I was thinking. Oh yeah! No, I remember.
No, it's okay. Who cares? It's this interview now. Who cares about that interview? Wolfie asked already with a banger question. Oh, I don't know about that, but oh my God, Riley has the chewing animation. Is she into vrcv? I don't.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, face.
No, I'm not.
No, but you have a chewing animation.
Like chewing. Yeah, it's very silly. I like it. So
see.
anytime I'm at the movie world and I grab
so
tips, I'm just like,
cute! Oh my God, I haven't seen that. That's such a cute animation. That's just
and it goes with like all the other animations too.
Oh, that's
which
so
makes this one really
cute.
silly.
I always thought like cheek puffing is like one of the cutest things ever. Like either as an anime girl or an IRL. It was the
Mm.
puffed cheeks are so cool. Nah, Margot, yum. Um, yeah, so I guess, to go off of that interview, I just wanted to ask you, and this is something I ask most of my guests, but how did you get started in VR? Like, how did you get started streaming? Did you always stream VR? Did you stream something else before? But let's I guess start with VR, like what your initial experiences with VR were, and I guess VR chat.
Um, I Oh, how do I go about this one? This is harder than the first question you asked, actually. I came into VR. I had an old friend. We're not as close anymore, unfortunately, but she was the one who made me stick around VR. She gave me like this sense of like, like home, right? Like I come onto this
Mm.
game, I really, because I didn't have like a headset, I was desktop and I had a really bad computer, really bad microphone. Most people nowadays, you hear a desktop with a really bad microphone, a lot of people don't give you the time of day, but they did, right?
Aw. Aw.
And through them, I met Kitty, I met Sopra, I met Squee, I met all of my friends. And I still didn't have VR at the time because I was struggling with like unemployment.
Mhm.
And I didn't have that much money to one, get a PC and two, get a headset. But when I started streaming, I streamed art. So I
Okay,
had an
cool.
artist laptop, and that was when I was first getting into doing emotes. I didn't even know what emotes were for Twitch because this was back in 2019,
Mhm.
2020. I didn't know that emotes were a thing. So I saw them, and I'm just like, I could do that. And so I would
Aw.
like practice drawing them. And now I do emotes still with all of my emotes on my Twitch are mine. All of my panels on my Twitch are mine.
Mhm.
All the textures that I do and everything just about are usually mine, edited and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have an artist upbringing coming into VR chat.
Yeah, I love your art, first of all. I think it's so cute and so
Mm.
unique to you. So you have an artist upbringing. I figured, but like how long have you been drawing and like
um,
when doing
I've been drawing
art?
since the third grade, but I've been doing digital art since the end of of middle school. So in 2014.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
it's been just about like 10 years of digital art now.
That is awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, there's so many amazing artists in VR and on Twitch for whatever reason. I feel like art and
Mm.
streaming and VR goes so well together for some reason, especially like 3D model making or editing
Hmm.
and stuff. How long have you been like making your own models or working on your own models rather? Like,
Well, um, it was actually when I first got VR itself, I started to learn Unity, and I was very slow. All I would do is I would recolor and then I would upload.
yeah.
Um, I mainly did reworked textures. I used to do those for people as well, where they'd send me their textures. I edit it. I'd be in call with them, and then I this was before we knew Blender was a thing where you can put the texture in and then edit it in Blender, and it would have all the model like set up and everything. Like you could draw on the model. Like I'd be in call, and we'd repeatedly like re-upload the same image until it was like
Oh wow.
normal. And
Yeah.
that's still kind of how I do it because I don't like Blender all that much
It's
in terms of
fair.
drawing. But
Yeah.
oh, what the day like 2020, I think, is when I did it.
Mhm.
Like 2020, August of 2020 is when I first got VR. That's when I was like, okay, I'll start editing my own models because I wanted to feel, unique. I didn't want to use public models. I wanted to
Yeah.
do something I could be proud of, right?
Yeah.
It was
How
mainly Gumroad models at first, and then eventually Booth.
nice. I was gonna say, this is so random. Well, not so random, but I love your aesthetic. I love your orange hair. I was just curious. Have you had orange hair for a long time, like since before VR, or is that somewhat recent? Because she
It
has
was a random
orange hair
change.
IRL too. I'm sorry, I'm doxing your hair right now, but it's just so
Oh no, they
beautiful.
know my secret. Oh god.
Yeah, it's true to life. It's orange hair. So sorry, I interrupted you. How long have you had orange hair for?
I got orange hair for TwitchCon.
Oh, so that was new. That's not just a okay.
I don't know what switched in me. I've always orange was my favorite color, but only like this
Yeah.
specific orange, like the red orange is my specific favorite.
Yeah.
And I had an OC for a very long time from an anime fandom that I don't.
Wait. You have to say what it is now. You can't just say cringe. What is it? Is it that bad?
It was My Hero Academia.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, well, you know, when you like associate, you are such a fan of something, and then you finally get out of it, and you're just like, ugh. That's just.
I have some mixed feelings on that manga. I'm pretty much caught up.
Yeah, I haven't caught myself up, but
no.
I had an OC because the thing about that world is you can create like it's so easy to create your own little OC. It really encourages creativity, right? So I had a character like this, and she could like control like her quirk was like shadow puppetry, and like so
this is
she
so
didn't.
Cute. Right?
So she would like do like shadow puppets, like she'd do like she'd put her fingers together and do a spider, and then it would be a really creeping contorted like spider would appear like behind her, and she can control it.
So cool.
So it's supposed to be like she's really cute, but then like it's a
Her
monstrosity,
wow,
right?
That's such
like,
a great idea for a character for an OC. Wait, have you embraced that at all? I never even heard of that from you. No, that's such a cool quirk, though. I could see that. Oh, it's Kitty DVR with the raid. You know Kitty DVR, Kitty DVR.
Do you know Kitty DVR? Dude, I don't think I've met him before. Oh, hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty DVR. Thank you, Kitty, for the raid. Hi, Luxo. Kitty DVR, the wonderful Kitty DVR, who I got to interview as well once upon a time, one of my favorites. Hi Pandagad, hi Soda, hi Batman. I don't like this person, but I'm here to Soda Ogres. Wow, toxic! Toxic! For anyone who doesn't know, Kitty is Ribbles' boyfriend, and they were... Hi Quiz, I can't wait to see you in a few weeks. Hi Itatsu. Oh my god, Itatsu. Do you know Itatsu? They're very sweet. Someone recently, I'm not gonna out them in my chat, but I'm sorry, this is about you, but I wanted to say this because it was funny. Someone lately was like, oh my god, Itatsu is so hot. And I was like, what? And they're like, you gotta check out their Twitter, they're so hot. I was like, okay. Oh. I don't know. Anyway, anyways.
I'm glad to know this information.
Yeah, I love you, Quiz. Hi, Mika Bunny. Mika Bunny, I'm sorry when you joined on me. I was kind of busy in a surfing world. Have you played those surfing worlds yet? It's like Counter-Strike surf. I don't even know what Counter-Strike surfing is, but they're just like I don't know how to describe. Like what the hell?
Like walls you could skate on.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think I have.
They're really fun, and I got kind of. My friends were joining me, and I was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm too addicted to this. It was very fun, though. I love you, Quiz. Quiz is incredibly hot and talented, and they deserve the world. Yeah. Shout out to my friend Quiz. They're in a band called Radical Rhapsody. I've done a couple covers of their songs. I feel honored that I feel like the only person so far you said that's covered your songs, so that makes me happy. They're amazing. But for anyone, I'm sorry, for anyone who's just coming in, welcome in. This is my lovely friend Riley, aka ribblesvr. We're doing an interview, and so I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna be reading all of chat, but I'm gonna be mostly paying attention to Ribbles. So I'm not gonna be able to respond directly as much as I'd like to. I will here and there, but I want to just focus on her right now. Thank you, Kitty DVR, for the raid. You're amazing. And I wanted to say that Ripples and Kitty, when I saw them IRL at TwitchCon, they were definitely the cutest couple that I saw there by maybe a wide margin. Like, it was so cute. Every time they would hug or like hold hands, or like when Ripples was doing Kitty's makeup, and Kitty like just looked so cute, and like that their nails done. Like Kitty looked so happy to be around Riley all the time. It made my heart melt. Like And they still gush about you all the time, despite
What?
insulting you to your face. Behind your back, they
Yeah.
have nothing but sweet things to say about you.
I'll
Like,
believe it when I see it.
yeah, she hasn't seen it yet. She smells. She says, "Wow,
You smell, you stinky cat.
you
What the
smell,
heck?
Kitty D. Ribbos." No. They're omega cuties. They're super cuties. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm not even gonna read that. Kitty D ban Kitty DVR after their.
That's
after
what
their
I'm saying.
ban Kitty DVR. I remember the first time I saw both of you. Why you bonk me? At the no, I was gonna say Denny's. Not the IHOP, and you both looked so adorable.
I didn't recognize anybody. It was a case
Yeah,
of everybody
right.
knew who we were because we walked in late. I didn't know
Yeah,
anybody. I didn't have any
that's
pictures of
fair.
anyone going in. Like I knew
Yeah.
absolutely nobody. I was sitting there just like like freaking out on the IHOP because of it. Because I was just like, who are we with
Oh.
right now? I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, I guess you wouldn't. Yeah, I had spent like a little bit of time with everyone beforehand. It was like me and you and Kitty, but Lumichu was there, Tasty
Yeah, I think I
Burger,
recognize Lumi because of her little cat
Kanashi
mask.
Noir. I think Gumi was there? Question mark. My friend Pecan Pie, their mod, Goddess Kitsune, Cosmic Glasses. You were with me. I was gonna kidnap you, says Gumi. Yeah, okay, Gumi was there, and then our friends Chiako and Project Twilight. Wait, I'm not sure if you know them.
Hmm.
Um.
I don't.
Anyway, but the
Well,
whole
I kind of remember them. I think I
yeah,
talked to them
they
like
were
out of
sweet.
everyone.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute because Kitty's parents are extremely overprotective, and they were
Mm.
there at the IHOP, but in the parking lot, just waiting for Ribbles and Kitty. It was kind of adorable. I was gonna ask you about that. You met their parents, right? You met their parents. I don't know if this
Uh,
is too personal, but did you meet their parents?
I did, and it might be a bit too personal to go
That's
into too
totally fine.
much detail
That's
with.
totally
Yeah.
fine. That's totally fine. That is so
They
fun.
were they were nice to me. That's all I will elaborate with. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I guess I only asked that question one because, and you don't have to talk about this either. But I find it so wonderful to meet people IRL, especially people that you really really love and care about. And I guess I wanted to ask you. You don't have to talk about Kitty if it's too personal, but I just want to ask you like what it was like meeting people for the first. I don't know if it was for the first time, like your VR friends and stuff. I mentioned it because that week, especially when we were all drinking, doing karaoke, it was like the most magical week I've ever had. Like I had so much fun.
Uh,
Um, was it overwhelming that week? Was it fun? I mean,
well,
is it too
I
much?
I can no.
Yeah.
How deep are you willing to let me go into this?
I
Because it
want
has
you
a
to
lot
go.
to do with who I am.
I want you to
'Cause-
go as deep. Okay, so I will preface this by saying, like, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like, well, no, go. You go first. You go first, and
okay.
I want you to talk about anything you're comfortable with. First of all, like, don't. Sorry, I'm gonna. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. I adore you, and I'm so glad I could meet you. And but there's this thing I do, you guys, like in VR, where I'm like, ripples, ripples. Heart rate just.
Yeah, no, I wish I had my heart rate, but my OC broke. I have to like reinstall everything, I think.
Oh no.
But
Heck. And so, IRL, you could just see ripples and you just hear me from like 30 miles away being like, ripples, ripples, ripples. Like, I could literally see her like jump or something. And it was, I don't know, I loved it. But sorry, yeah, so, I want to know everything, but I don't want you to feel uncomfortable talking about anything. But please, as much as you'd like to share, I'd love to listen.
okay. Let me turn off my thing so my fan isn't in the background potentially.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with me as a person. I learned that I was autistic way after graduating high school, and I realized it kind of it was mainly when COVID hit and I wasn't around people that the more of the behavior patterns I couldn't like hide it. if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. It's something called masking. And masking
Yeah.
is when you are with people, you cater to them, like you change your face, like you're very you're more expressive with them. You, I guess, mirror them in a way when you talk with people. So when
Mm-hmm.
you're in a social area with a bunch of people, you adapt to being in this area, and it is a conscious choice. So much so, if you do it so long, it kind of becomes more unconscious. So when COVID hit, and I wasn't actively with people, I wasn't seeing people face to face anymore, I lost my job, right? I was kind of a mess because I spent my entire life learning this social game, and then in one fell swoop, because of a whole um fluenza, it was gone, right? So when I would get into this game, it's really hard for me to socialize because the difference between autism in people who were born as male versus female is it presents different in our head based off of I guess maybe testosterone or social norms placed on people. I don't know which it is. All I know is it's very different because I need faces and I need to analyze behaviors to then interpret what they are feeling, what someone's
Mm-hmm.
feeling. And in VR, you don't really have that. You have anime expressions and models that can that you get kind of a hint at that.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of anxiety. I'm a little bit better now. I'm more adjusted, but the first couple years of VR, I had a lot of anxiety talking to people, and I still do, right?
Hmm.
Just because I can't tell what people are thinking, and I can only base it off of a voice, not from mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to seeing everybody in real life, it was almost like, for me, it was like a breath of fresh air because I can finally talk to people, and then I could go back to masking in a way. Even though a lot of people who are autistic, they view it as painful, which a lot of the times it very much is. But for me, it was like I was able to put a face behind voices and then actually talk and not feel really weird, if that makes
Yeah, that
sense.
makes total sense. And I remember, I believe I said this, but you told me that you're diagnosed as autistic. I was like, "You're not autistic. There's no way." And you're like, "No, I
I was like,
am."
actually,
Actually, let me tell you why. And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense." But I never, I guess I said that because my little cousin Jada is autistic, and I guess she's too young to, I think, even know about masking. And I think maybe when she gets older, I don't really know. But I was like, she's not like my 10-year-old cousin that's completely different and different. So, yeah,
Yeah.
um,
All levels of autism are different. It's not like a
exactly.
scale,
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
spectrum. So it's like a
spectrum.
pie chart of different things. And
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, for me it's communication. That's very it's a little hard for me in VR. And I think the other thing too,
yeah.
during TwitchCon, I don't know if you saw, but I had these big headphones with me.
I
And that's
did notice
because
that. Yeah.
that is also because of my autism. When I go
Oh.
into big buildings that are contracted or enclosed and
Mhm.
big, if the sound count can't spread evenly, like when we're outside or something, I freak out.
Oh.
It's very every when I it's like
It's too
if
many
I have to hear
voices.
someone, I have to move it, and it's like I'm holding my breath underwater. And then the moment I can
Oh.
put it back, I can breathe again. It's very
Wow.
disorienting, and it's because the
I
way
didn't
we
know
hear
about that.
sounds. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're non-autistic, you have a white noise that you can kind of blur out certain sounds, if that makes sense. Like
That
some
makes
things
complete
get
sense.
muffled when you
Yeah.
interpret it. When you're
Yeah.
autistic, you don't have that. So everything
Oh.
is very jarring.
Is
So
is that true for
I
everyone
was
with autism? I didn't.
um
Sorry for if anyone who can comment on that, and that's really interesting. Actually didn't know that.
I know that mine
Oh.
is because of my autism, but I don't know if every autistic person has audio processing disorder. That's basically what it is audio processing.
Yeah.
It's just you process audio a lot different. I know that people with ADHD also struggle with this, and that's because brain is wired, as far my understanding is their brain is wired to seek out dopamine, and they do that through sight, smell, sound, stimulation, like physical, like contact, like squishing things, right? And so their brain is hardwired to seek out dopamine, so they can hear things that normal people cannot hear subconsciously, like in
Oh
an attempt to seek out
man,
dopamine.
this is
So like
cutting deep
electricity.
right now. Oh, I
Yeah.
can hear
So
electricity.
yep. Unless there's like a faulty wire in a street lamp, in which case that doesn't count. People who are autistic and people who are ADHD are able to hear electricity and normal things that are supposed to be designed to be quiet. And for a
Yeah.
long time, no one knew that that was because of ADHD slash autism slash a disorder that changes how you hear. Um,
Oh, that's so
so,
interesting.
so like I can hear like my controllers like humming a little bit
Yeah,
as they're
yeah.
on, right? I can especially hear my base stations from like in my room if they're on or not.
I can hear those too. Like I need to have when I'm sleeping, I need to have like all electronics turned off. Like I need complete silence or else I'm like, oh. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh
I have
man.
to sleep in complete silence too.
Yeah.
The only time I can ever sleep aside from complete silence is a very specific sound, which is the white noise of people having conversations. So
Mhm.
like just idle chatter as if I'm like listening to like a classroom almost, like people talking. Which I realize now is a little counter redundant considering I can't be in a situation in a classroom with a bunch of people talking, but I can fall asleep to like audio of it, if that makes sense. I
Yes, yeah, that makes complete sense because I'm the same way. Wow, I'm like thinking like, wait, I have this too. Actually, like it's hard for me to tune stuff out, and it's hard for me to be in like super large crowded spaces as well, unless maybe I have someone to focus on, or like if I'm in like a
Mhm.
public world or something, and people are having a conversation. It's especially is not I don't know if triggering is the right word, but it's like kind of abrasive when somebody is playing like loud music in the background through their
It's
their
very
voice.
invasive.
It's very
It's in your
invasive,
space.
yeah, for
And
sure.
VR, that's one of the main reasons I struggled so hard in VR as well, is because VR is so much different than in real life. In real life, sound is coming from everywhere. In VR, sound is only coming from a speaker right next to your ear. And
Right.
people who are like really far away, like the game can do a good job at trying to change like to change volume depending on fall off from your location to their location. But at the end of the day, it's all coming through right here, like right on this little like speaker right here.
Hmm.
So in VR, especially if someone plays music in real life, like outside an auditorium or something, like when you were like singing in front of the crowd at TwitchCon, like
Hmm.
that is perfect in my ears because it's the
Oh,
sounds dispersing everywhere. And I was like, this is great. Like I can hear a conversation while also hearing this. But in VR, if like you started playing the ukulele and I'm trying to have a conversation with someone, I would much rather
yeah,
disengage from the conversation to listen because I wouldn't be able to
yeah.
hear them
Yeah,
or you at
right.
the same time, right?
Hmm.
Just because of this little thing right here.
Yeah, that is so interesting. So I guess
Yeah.
from what you're telling me, like, was VR like a difficult experience for you getting in, or like, what are some of like, yeah, it was. Were there? Well, I always ask like, what are some of the positives and like some of the negatives you got from VR? Like, what was your experience, like initial experiences, and like, I guess over the last few years, you said you've been in VR. Like,
Mm. So, the good thing about VR, it's bad in the sense of it's hard for me to be able to understand other people from the
yeah,
get-go. At least
yeah,
for me personally. I know a lot of people who are autistic or are experiencing other things have a phenomenal time here. I just get confused. And but I will say that it is so much easier to have a deep level connection in VR versus in real life. Because
hmm,
while I struggle with trying to understand how someone's presenting and what they mean by their words sometimes, or like gauging if they're a person that I can like approach, because that's how I
yeah,
used to survive being autistic. I had to use social cues to see, can I approach this person or should I like go away,
right,
right? And
yeah,
in VR, I don't really like I don't really have that, right? Like there isn't that much of a gauge. So once you get past that like leap of faith of like, you know what, like this is someone that it's okay to talk to, it's really easy to have a conversation and like understand them. And it's especially
Hmm.
very easy for you to be yourself in this game, which is something that I love because I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like the social like what am I trying to say? The social patriarchy that's kind of in our society right now where we have to
Yeah.
go in a certain way or else we're ostracized.
Yeah.
In VR, we don't have that. It's just you
Yeah.
can be whoever, you can talk to whoever. Like some people try to bring it into VR, but like you can tune them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and you can just hang
Yeah.
out with whoever you want. And so that makes it very easy for my for my autism personally. Just like I don't have to worry about like being perfect. I can be really stupid and run
See
around
that.
and scream and be loud and people like understand me. Like they're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you know, there goes the autistic girl. Go on. Goodbye," you know.
I've never said like there goes the autistic girl. I was like, oh, Ripple's being cute as usual.
Cute.
I like the difference is the first time I met you. I was like, you're so cute. Oh my god, you're cute. You have a very
Yeah.
infectious laugh and energy about you. I think. Huh? It's true. It's true. Um. Yeah. No, I thought I was just listening because I thought you put it so well, so eloquently. Yeah, you truly can be yourself in VR chat, and there's no like there are barriers at first, like social barriers that you kind of put up and shields that I think we're all kind of just used to putting up in real life. And over time, especially when you meet people that you're comfy with and that you vibe with, yeah, those shields are completely gone. And I think a lot of us feel this way that have been in here hundreds, thousands of hours. You can just be who you want to be. And yeah, like you said, there's some people who are like, fuck you, bro. Or, just like really toxic people bringing their
Yeah.
patriarchy in. And it's like, sometimes I forget because, like, once in a while, like, Lugs or someone will be in a public world and like someone will just
Yeah.
zoom in and like start
Zoom in
harassing
and be
me, and
toxic
I'm
or
just like, oh
be
yeah, these people exist like in the world, and
it it gives a good reason to judge based off of personality rather than looks because you can be like
yeah,
coming into VR, you get to skip a lot of steps in this patriarchy that like society is like built on, right? Like because
yeah,
people in real life they based off of looks, how you dress, how you take care of yourself, like how
right,
confident you are, etc. And the only thing that really translates into VR is confidence, right? So
yeah,
you could have been bullied your entire life. You could have been like made fun of your entire life. You could be like down in the dumps, like considered like not good enough for society. You come into VR, you have confidence, and before you know it, you have a ton of friends. Even if you had such a bad upbringing in real life, you're still
yeah,
like able to start over in this game and be a completely different person, right?
yeah,
So it's really fascinating. If anything, I really like learning about VR and meeting people here, and then seeing how different they are in real life. Because you could be like whoever in this game, and
yeah,
it's like I feel like society should be this way, the way that it's like kind of in
definitely.
VR, like
Mm-hmm.
to just be whoever. I don't know,
I
based off
completely agree
of
with that.
personality and actions versus
Versus
appearance.
appearances. Yeah, I think we do live in such a patriarchal slash shallow society in that way. You really gotta look a
Yeah, I feel like
certain
I'm
way or
missing
sound a
a
certain
word.
way
I feel
or
like I keep like using the wrong words talking about
that is
it.
part of, I think it's just like shallow or superficial, kind of superficial society. But patriarchal is also true. It's so true. There's always someone more. Wait, what is Wolfie said? There's always someone more autistic than you in VR chat house. Is that true?
Yes,
Um,
there always is. There always is.
that is so relatable though,
It's
because
like
well, not the
how to
autism thing. I think what you were talking about
no.
before. Yeah.
It's very interesting because I've now found that the most people I hang out with in VR are either people who are fellow autistics or people who are
Hmm.
trans. And those are like in my
Hmm.
circle, those are the majority of the people that I like get to know and hang out with in VR. And it's not by like conscious choice. It's just from the
Yeah.
people that I surround myself with and like
Shoot.
accepting people for who they are. Like
I'm actually the same way. I think I've actually met I've met more autistic and trans people in VRChat than I ever have in my whole life. And I guess part
They
of
flock to
that,
this game.
yeah, we do. And I think, well, part of it, I think, is that I think a lot of us, I mean, not just those two demographics, but feel like we're hiding a part of ourselves IRL, or felt like suppressed or repressed in some way. And finally, there's a space where we can completely be ourselves. Like, I still, in San Diego, I was getting over it a little bit, and I felt so safe, like, around you and Kitty and everybody. And that made me so happy and warm. But I still, when I go out, I live in Arkansas, which is not the most liberal place, and my area is not too bad, but I'm definitely not comfortable going out truly like the way I'd want to. But here, I mean, I can dress however I want. I can say whatever I want. I can hang out with amazing people who understand me, that I understand as well. It's a really lovely place. And yeah, it's true. A lot of us, I don't know, and I love the people here because I feel like I understand so many people here. And if I don't, I can just block them or just not hang out with them or whatever. But
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
It's just it's a nice place, and I found for specifically with people who are trans, it's a good way for you to express yourself
yeah,
that you can't do it in real life. In this case, being able to go out and you don't have to do voice training, you don't have to do
no,
anything. You tell people your pronouns, you introduce yourself the way that you are, and people will usually some people are not good at it, but they're
yeah,
learning, that's the effort, right? But
yeah,
usually they will respect your pronouns immediately, like,
yes,
whereas in real life you try to do that, people just don't get it a lot of the time, but in VR you get that
no,
validation, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I forget about that sometimes, which is like, well, I don't even really, especially with people I know. I don't know IRL. I've never, like, these are my pronouns. I don't even really do that in VR, but it's so important for a lot of us to, be labeled correctly and stuff like that. And I've heard just so many stories of people being like, hey, mom and dad, or hey, grandpa, or hey, whoever, like, I identify more as this, and they're like, okay, dead name, I'm not gonna listen to whatever you
yeah,
say at all. Or,
I went through that.
oh, I'm sorry.
my my real name isn't Riley. I have a dead name as well, because I was very I was more on the genderqueer spectrum. Like, I would just, like, it would be very dependent on, like, the day or slash the week if I felt more masculine or feminine. And my
Yeah.
mom she didn't get it.
Uh,
I might have come off really strong about it, where I didn't really like it when she would call me by my birth name, which I still don't like it being called by my birth name. I'm used to it
relatable.
now, but
No.
her solution was, like, she thought that I was going down a deep dark spiral. So she plucked me out of my public school, put me in a Christian school, put me with a therapist who was going to quote unquote fix me, aka conversion therapy, which goes by, it's still around, it just goes by different names. Like a, what's it called? Like a family therapists or family coaches or family
Oh God,
coaching
that
is
sounds
a way.
horrifying. What
Yeah,
is that?
there are good family coaches out there who will, like, help families, but a lot of them hide under being a family therapist to help people who don't want their kids to be
It's like
trans and will help
conversion
enforce that.
therapy, pretty much. Like,
Yes.
oh
Yes.
God,
It is conversion
oh,
therapy.
that is abuse. Like Wolfie said, that is truly abusive. Oh my gosh, so you had to go to that?
Not for as long as other people. I only had to do it for a year.
I forget.
But it
Is your
was
mom
it,
religious? I think maybe.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, she is a very much sweet little Christian lady. She's a lot sweeter now. She understands a lot more. After we got over our high sc- my high school spat with her, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, no, she just didn't understand what being trans was about. She thought that it was bad. She thought that I was defiling, like, the name that
Oh
she chose for
God.
me, that I was her beautiful daughter. And I only had to go through it for about a year, but it was still rough. It was the like if anyone called me Riley, I would be the one to get in trouble. So I had to make sure that all of my friends called
Wow.
me by my birth name, or
Oh my
else
gosh.
I would
That's
get in trouble.
awful.
Yeah, and if I
Wow.
if I didn't use like she her to myself, I'd get in trouble. If I dressed in like dark clothing or masculine clothing, I'd get in
Even
trouble.
dark clothing?
Well, that was specifically for my Christian school. They didn't like
Wow.
goth. So if I wore all dark, they would
What?
dress code me. Yeah. So
Bruh. I went to a Christian school that had somewhat similar rules too. That's
yeah.
awful, man. Growing up in a Christian school and a Christian. Luckily, my parents were not super religious. They just thought like sending me to a private school was better or whatever.
Yeah, there's
Um,
different reasonings to send a child to private school, but my grades were failing, and so she was just like, let's just accelerate this and do a very dramatic leap to try and fix the grades and everything else wrong with my daughter.
oh
So
gosh. Yeah.
we're good now. Now that I moved out, we've had a better relationship where I call her and it's actually a pleasant conversation.
That's
Um,
good.
and before I left, I have a friend named Kurt, um, who is trans, and she would like refuse to call him like Kurt was like like knew he was trans his entire life. Like went to
Yeah.
the transition, changed the pronouns, got top surgery, like
Yeah.
everything, and mm-mm. She did not like that. She thought that he was a bad influence.
Gosh.
Even though we've known each other for we were family friends, like our families are friends. So I've known him for it's going to be 24 years next year.
Oh my
Um
gosh.
so
And you're
like
like 25 or something?
no, I'm 23 right now. I've
Oh,
known him since I was a baby.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I see.
So like but before we left or before I left, as like Kurt was helping me move all of the furniture, because oh my god, he's a heavy lifter, heavy duty man, holy crap, I would not have been able to do anything without him or his
Hmm.
help. But she just being like, oh, how's Kurt, how's he
Oh,
doing, how's
wow.
everyone? And then like when Kurt would like him and my mom would talk, she'd call me Riley, and I was like,
Oh.
who are you and what have you done with my mother? Like I
Yeah, that must have been nice, I guess, question mark? Or were you just like a little
Eh,
confused? Like, why don't you do this all the time, mom?
confusing. It was confusing because I, at the time, like with my mom, like I didn't bounce back from the therapy, like full on, like, yeah, I know who I am, right? It left me really confused with my
I'm
gender
so
and my
sorry.
identity. So
Yeah, that's
it's okay.
horrible. But very interesting. Like, can I
Yeah.
ask if it's not too personal, like what sorts of stuff they did in that therapy to try to like quote unquote convert you? Did they like make you read the Bible or something? Or they
No.
not like oh and I've heard of
They
like electrotherapy and stuff like
no,
that.
no,
That's like
no, no.
horrifying,
That's
right?
horrible. That's horrible. No, he was a
Yeah.
family therapist. He didn't have any kind of resources to do anything like that. Um, I won't go into too much detail. I'm kind of
Fair.
stuck in a position where I don't know what to do about it because I see he's on TikTok and he
This
has
therapist?
my conversion therapist has a TikTok that has over a couple 100,000 people following him to give family advice,
Oh
and things like
God.
that, and encourage parents how to teach their children and
About this specifically or about everything in general? Oh,
everything,
okay.
not that specifically. It's hidden in a way where you can't see what he's done,
Oh
and
my God.
it's an unfortunate, like, I consider him to be one of my I know people throw this word around, but I consider him to be one of my abusers because of how he abused me.
Yeah. Oh man.
He It wasn't just conversion therapy. He would be like he tried to rewrite my brain into believing that the way that I am is a way it's just to rebel against my mom and not for a true identity. Like, you're not
Jesus
depressed. You're not a
Christ.
good kid. Like, you need to apologize to your mom because you're hurting your mom more than like, and she's not hurting you, right? And
What? Oh my God.
so like
Oh,
I would talk to people
I'm so
about it,
sorry.
and I would talk to my therapist, like my actual
Oh,
therapist.
actual thing. Okay,
Yeah,
so you had an
and they'd be
actual
like,
therapist. Okay.
yeah, and they would be like, that's torture. Like, that is an actual form of torture, trying to rewrite how you think into a specific way that's negative like that. easy form of torture, right? So I was just like, great. What do I do about it? I'm well past the time that I could take him to court. So all I can really do is like, I like having these conversations because it makes people more known about
Yeah.
how they're hiding in plain sight, if that makes sense. People who want to have
Right.
a power over a child to then abuse them, right?
Yeah.
To then get more money. Like they're going to continue to be messed up, so they need more money to
Oh
fix
my
you,
god.
right?
This is horrible.
I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't
no,
mean
don't
to
be
like
sorry. No, no, I want to shed light on these topics. I didn't even. I mean, I was aware that these people existed, but I'd never really have heard about somebody's direct, I guess,
Yeah.
interaction with one of these people. This is
And
sick.
since
That's
it's an entire
psychotic.
business, it's like I don't want to get sued. And it's like they do it in a way where there's no
Yeah.
recording. They do it in your home. It's barely in a public setting at all. You don't
Yeah.
go to an office or anything. There's no there's no proof that any of this is happening, and yet it is happening, right? So the
Yeah.
most that you can do is warn people and, at least if you for me, like I've heard of people who said that their parents want them to do the same thing or want to try to do the same thing. And it's like I try to like it gives me the reasoning to like reach out in a way to stop that, if that makes sense, either through research of how it doesn't help or explaining like my story. I had to do it in one case, which I don't want to get too into, but
Yeah.
it it's a way to like drive you to try to push back against everything and to continue to be positive, because for a long time I was not. That whole
Yeah.
fiasco messed me up for a very, very long time, and still kind of like to this day it's like you get that pattern in your head of how to think and you realize you're thinking it and you have to go, wait a minute, like this is not what I usually would think, right? It's just this negative voice in your head that was kind of just put there, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
gotta learn to be positive through it, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
Which
That's
is
why I'm also
hard.
so welcoming of baby trans people in VRs, because it's like I understand,
Mm.
like, and I know what it's like to be snuffed out, right? So it's like you try to be the opposite and be more opening and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that. That is really messed up, like Cora said, and I think that's maybe the most beautiful part about VR is just how inclusive, not everyone, but most of us regulars here in VR of the trans community, how many. And I love supporting like baby trans people too, because that was me once
Right, that's
upon a
how.
time, especially when I first got into VR and stuff. Um, and it's so nice to like meet friends that truly accept you for who you are. I struggled finding those people IRL, and I did have some decent friends, but for whatever reason, I wasn't super comfortable like dressing the way I wanted or being as feminine as I wanted to be. I think they all had an idea, but like, I
Yeah.
still, I didn't feel safe doing it. But a lot of the friends I've met online in VR chat, especially, have welcomed. Like you were one of the most welcoming people I've ever met, and I truly felt safe around you, like here and IRL too. So thank you for that. Um, so many ads.
Thank
I'm sorry
you.
about the ads, you guys. Yeah, I'm literally running like the minimum amount of ads that I can. Um, but thank you for
Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah.
Mm.
And I guess I wanted to kind of talk about that because not the ads, but I it's interesting your experience, because I think you had a extremely acute awareness of your gender identity and kind of being more, I would say, more fluid with your gender, question mark. And I definitely relate to that. I would say I'm gender fluid and I guess feminine leaning, but I'm not a huge labels person. But if you need to have the label,
Yeah.
those are my labels.
Yeah, I don't do labels too much anymore.
Yeah, but I understand and respect people who, it's affirming to have certain labels. But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that a lot of people come into VR chat and they, I'm sure they had feelings before, but it isn't until they like kind of see themselves in like a female or a male avatar, whatever gender identity they associate with, and getting to express themselves in that way. But you already kind of had like, you kind of, I guess, knew who you were, though you were going through therapy, like horrible abuse. And like, I guess my question is like, was vrchat more like affirming for you in any way? Like, did it make you feel safer about your identity? Did it like make anything clear? Like, was it just the same? And it's just like you've met more people, I guess. I don't know.
It's a bit interesting. I don't know how to answer that, because in
That's
one
fair,
way I can
yeah.
make it, I can like dress this avatar up however I like, to be whatever OCA I like, whether it be very pretty, etc. But I find that I am now, it's harder for me than what it used to be. Whenever I feel more masculine, it's really hard for me to hear he, him pronouns on me, or even to change models at all, just because of what happened. So in VR, I have an equal amount of hard time about it. I'm very accepting of other people, but it's very hard to apply it to myself. And there's just like, whether it be my taste maybe has changed, or it's just that fear of, I've talked with it a few people. I always get very scared being with the having such a high pitched feminine voice, trying to be deeper and like
Yeah.
more masculine. Because right now I fem me out. Like I feel totally fine right now, but like if I ever get in the mood where I feel masculine, it's like I don't act on it as much as I would when I was in high school, just because of, it's just it's confusing. It left like a lot of like cloud in my head of like my identity and how to express myself. So normally
Yeah.
I just am very feminine leading. I have my 1OC and I'm perfectly cool with that. Every once in a while I'll have like a male avatar and I'll be like hee hee, like I'll dance in the mirror just like ooh, like
Yeah.
I like how this looks, right? But when it comes to like going towards people and like having them acknowledge me for what for what I'm presenting as right now, that's a bigger leap if I whenever I think about it. So I tend to keep to myself about it usually.
That's fair. Yeah, that's extremely valid. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Hi, seahorse.
Yeah, Sopra and I have bonded on this
Yeah, Sopra
exact
said
topic.
and I don't actually know Sopra as well as I'd like to. I know that you guys have a really seemingly good friendship, and I mean they're
Yeah,
dating
I
one of
know
my
his
favorite
mom.
people in the universe. Yeah, Ribbles has been dating Sopra's mom for a while, and
He's also
Sopra's
French.
dating Squee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because I saw you the other day, Sopra, in Sovereign's World, and you changed. I mean, I don't want to talk about this too much because I'm guessing it's personal, but Sopra changed their name, and their profile said like something, I love her, or like I love Squee, and I'm like, did Squee like dump Sopra or something? Who's this new person? Is everything okay? And they're like, I think I asked you, and you're like, no, that's Sopra. And I'm like, oh, okay. I like Sopra. I mean, I'll side with Squee. I'm just telling you right now, I'll side with Squee and Ripples probably. Anyway, Sopra is a very sweet person. Every time I've hung out with them, they're so sweet, which is really interesting because I'm like, Sopra's always been so nice to me, so cool with me whenever I see them. And then I hop on Ribble's stream and they're hanging out. Ribble's like, I'm gonna fuck your mom, Sopra. I'm gonna fuck your mom so hard.
It's deserved. It's deserved. It's deserved. It's deserved.
What
It's
is-
deserved. We're equally little shits at each other. Okay, it's deserved. It's deserved. Don't view the French as the victim in this. All right, the
What
French
is that?
is the
The
perpetrator
the
most
French
of the time.
have a terrible history, by the way, of being horrible people. So do America. So does everybody. But anyway, sorry. What were you saying? Why is it well deserved? Why is it well deserved? What
Well,
is this?
there's a lot.
What is that? It's a lot. They say
There's a lot
Okay.
to get into it. You
I'd
know,
love to
like
hear
if
it
just
all.
different scenarios of just like we meet with each other, we think of who insults who first, and then it's just a returned. Just go. We just go at it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just staring at Sopra's name in chat in a very scornful way.
Scornful way. Well, wait, so who started it? I mean, you guys are... Seems like you have that relationship with people you're close with. And I feel this way, too. You kind of bully the people you love the most. Or at least I feel that way. Definitely. And I know... I used to hate it because my parents would make fun of me when I was a kid. I was like, damn it, Mom and Dad. But now I get it. They just loved me and they were just teasing me. But... yeah, I mean, did this start, like... Well, let me read what Sopra said because it seems interesting. We both struggle a little bit with dealing with emotions, but we really understand each other and can really just got it and see if any of us are uncomfy with it. Oh, Kitty said, "Oh, girls, relentless bullying, sad."
Yeah, relentless bullying.
I don't think I've ever.
She yells my name, Ripples, and I scream, Ripples. Yeah, like that.
I tell this story a million times, but I think it's so funny. When we were getting Korean barbecue, I was like walking by Ripples, and Ripples is like, I had this like smile on my face, but I didn't say anything because like up until that point, every time I saw her IRL or VR, it'd be Ripples. And this time I was like, okay, Ripples is having a nice dinner. Let me not bother them, like. You know, and they looked at me and they're like, I know exactly what you're thinking in your head. Because in my head, I was like, Ripples! And I said this
that's
like...
part of the autism, at least for me. Like, in VR, I wouldn't be able to. But I saw you were side-eyeing me as well. I know if you were doing this.
No, I was side because I was saying it in my head.
You were walking by me and you didn't want to look at me either. So you would just like, you'd look at me with a smile and then you just look around. And then you'd look back at me with a smile and then you continue to look around. And I was just like, you want to say it, don't you? And you're just like, yeah.
Sopra says, and we're both talkative, feral creature. So it's always a joy to bounce off of each other knowing we're just having a good time and hopefully deliver just about as much of a memory to external eyes. I'm not sure what that means, but...
people who watch tend to get confused / concerned about our relationship.
Okay.
So we like to put up like a bravada.
I see. Yeah, memory to externalize. Okay, I see that. Well, it definitely worked. I have several memories of you two teasing each other. Mostly Ribbles teasing you, but... Ribbles, I want you to hug O-Girl, squeeze him twice, and see if it makes him sound like a squeaky tail. That's weird. Oswald?
Oh, sorry. That's Oswaldo. That's one of my chatters.
No. Oswaldo always stops by my chat too and talks about freestyle a lot and music. They're pretty. They're pretty. Quick fact: Paris actually smells not in a good way. I've been to Paris one time, but I was like 10 or 11. Have you traveled much? Like, have you ever been to Europe or anything?
I have been to Europe.
Oh, you have?
My mom won a cruise. She used to listen to a lot of Christian radio, and she won a contest, and she got a cruise over in Europe. And the flight is paid for, the expenses are paid for. It was just a trip. So we went to Amsterdam, and it was like a canal tour. So we like went along like the canal, then over the coast of like we went Amsterdam in the Netherlands, right? Then Germany and France, and it lasted 2 weeks. So I got to go to the Black Forest in Germany. I went to a cathedral in France. We got to see like the first ever windmill. That was fucking cool. Like one of the first like official windmill.
Where was that? Like
I think that was it was either in Germany or the Netherlands.
Yeah. Okay.
They were explaining how like the wind turbines used to work and everything. We got to go inside. I was just like, wow. And then I looked around, seeing we're in the middle of nowhere, and I was just like, I want to go home. Like, this is cool and everything, but my bed is appealing.
Yeah, I actually did something similar when I was like 12 or 13. We had like a 2 or 3 week trip, but I remember me and my sister were too young to like really appreciate it. We were just like on a tour bus, which isn't the most fun thing, and we were just like, we want to go home. This is so... But I would love to go back, I think, as an adult, to go visit all these places, especially now that I actually have like friends in each of these countries, which I never would have thought, before. But one day I hope to go to like TwitchCon or EA EU if I can ever afford it. I'm really sad I can't go this year.
Now that I have like a staple job, and now that I'm trying to take content a lot more serious, like I have a video editor now.
Oh.
Yeah, Naisiri now. She's my video
Oh.
editor.
She's
Uh,
incredible.
Oh, I love her and I love her work. She does my clips and she does them so well. Like she has
She's
like little like animations on her text and everything to make them like pop out like per word. It's so good. Um but hopefully next year I want to go. Mainly because I want to see that stupid
so.
French person that's
I
been
would
in
love to see
chat.
Sopra.
Oh my
See
gosh.
Kiwi again, and I do have some other French friends too.
I want to go to an IRL rave with them.
Oh, that would be so fun. I wish you were going to EDC. EDC is by the
I
way, my
know.
first rave ever. EDC this year. I've
I'm
never
so
actually been to
sad
a
that it's
rave.
like
It's like $800. It's
not
so.
even. Well, yeah. There's only the VIP tickets, anyways, and
It's pretty
I wouldn't really be
crazy.
able to do it for that much. But it makes me sad because
Yeah.
I'd love to spend more time with you and
Oh,
Lulu and
well,
Riley. But for those two, I have only that one day, and then they're gone the rest of the week, right? So
I'll
I'm
get to
like,
hang out with you at least a day as well. Hopefully two, but I promise at least one day. I'm gonna be hanging. So there's a couple of them in chat. I don't know if Quiz is still here, but Quiz and Wolfie and a couple of my old DD friends, like the Raver. I guess I've been to a rave in VR, which is not the same thing, but
I've been to a lot of raves in VR. I
they
get
are
it.
fun. They're super fun. I always wanted to go to a rave IRL because it just seems like I had friends that were ravers, and like my raver friends were always some of the most accepting, like loving people. Of course, it's like their motto: "Please love, unity, respect." Good motto. It's.
Poor Sopra.
Ads begin. Yes, I'll start talking. Oh, I'm sorry. IRL raves were fun as hell.
Sopra's a raver. Sopra went to
I
IRL
could see
raves.
that.
Like
I could see that.
Sopra, yeah. I don't know if I can leak the secrets about Sopra and what he does in VR, but since he's on ads right now, I won't. I wanna.
Wait, you go raving at least once a week, AJ? AJ is becoming a very good friend of mine, and she does send me pictures of herself, like going to a rave and stuff. And you were telling me like that was the most amazing time. The last one you went to, you told me like I think at least a quarter of the crowd was like gender non-conforming and stuff, like, which
Oh,
is
that sounds
so
like so much
cool.
fun.
And I loved that about. It wasn't exactly TwitchCon, but there were a lot of people at TwitchCon or like a recent expo I went to called or convention called MagFest, where that was kind of the case.
In Gaylord, Virginia, right? Or it was Gaylord something.
It was the
I thought it was
Gaylord
really
Convention Center. Yeah, I noticed that too.
funny. I was laughing about it.
Yeah. I always thought that insult for whatever reason before I was more woke. I still kind of think it's a silly word when I was a kid, like when people would call each other gaylords.
Yeah.
Like what an insult.
It's great.
Gaylord.
Makes you feel powerful. A powerful
Gaylord,
villain, the Gaylord.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lavi does. If they're talking about VR raves, me and Lavi go to raves. I try to join off of him whenever, but I've been going to raves a lot more because Lavi is a DJ in VR.
Oh, yeah.
So Soper has like a bunch of sets and everything, and he plays at events, and
That's awesome.
like
I didn't know
I get to like
that.
peep on in there. Yeah.
I would love to go to one of. Do you still DJ Sopra? Like I would love. I mean, like in VR, I'd love to go to some of your events. I know a couple of you guys here are DJs in VR, like namely Wolfie. I've seen a bunch of times. Sally says I never got the whole rave thing. I never went, but I got it. Like, I'm not sure what you don't get. It's just like a big party where everyone's like dancing and like they've got pretty glow sticks and you can wear whatever you want, and it's very electronic music like oriented. So if you're not into any of those things, I can see not really getting it. My sister, who never went to raves, recently started dating this guy who I guess is a huge raver and electronic music person. This is so random, but I just thought it was interesting because she's like never been to a rave, and I told them when I was visiting home like that I'm going to EDC, and they're like, oh yeah, we went last year. I was like, what, you guys went to EDC last year? Yeah, my sister was like, yeah, we shouldn't say this, but I will. Yeah, we did Molly. And I was like, what? You did Molly? at EDC.
Jealous.
That sounds
Oh my
so
gosh.
fun. I don't know if that's going on, by the way, Wolfie. I don't know if that's going on this year at EDC, but
Yeah, Sopra's
I'd
saying
be
you should add
down.
my new account so we can hang for real. It's been so long.
I
Whenever
would
he's on
love
Blue,
that,
he's on a set.
Sopra. Yeah. Oh yeah, I would love that. So, can you send me a friend request on it if it's not too much trouble? You DJ almost every day. That's awesome. Oh man, Molly is great, but I wouldn't do it again. Hi, Cabu. How are you? That's fair. I'm not endorsing you do illegal drugs, but
But
but if I were to,
it's a little silly.
it can be fun with the right people for sure. I would say. Oh, that was really fast. You sending me that friend request? It's like immediate.
Oh yeah, Lavi's a gamer.
Yeah, hypothetically, exactly, Evan. Hypothetically, and if you're in a safe space and you're well hydrated and you're with good people, I do think. Okay, I can't endorse this, but hypothetically, it's
In
good.
Minecraft.
In Minecraft, it can be really fun. In Minecraft, you'd have a great time. Yeah, but I don't.
Just don't be dumb with it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, I do think people should try things, but be safe. Don't do it a ton. Like that's I don't want anyone to get in trouble or get addicted to anything, because that's the dark side of that thing, and that's a very real dark side. So I want everyone to be safe and be aware and be careful. Drink lots of water and be around people that. I just don't like the culture on people going to every rave, chasing the high. That is what I'm getting at. Like, eventually that starts being the case, and I don't like that either. And that's very fair criticism. But I think a lot of people are not actually that way. Like, we live our lives, and once in a while, sure, but I think
It's good to experience being a human.
yeah.
I just vaulted under human experiences. Some people choose to do it, some people don't, but you can do everything once. As long as it doesn't cause extreme harm to you. In which case, I usually... In Minecraft, psychedelics, I prefer it a lot more than addictives, like
Yeah.
the hard drugs, the scary ones that my brain's just like taboo. I've never... But you just have to be very safe about it. Know what you're doing. If you do it in Minecraft, you gotta know what you're doing, alright? So...
Bob. By the way, hi everyone. Just do a quick reintroduction. This is my lovely friend ribblesvr, or Riley. And we're just doing an interview, so I just want to give a heads up to everybody that I am reading the chat and I am being a bit more responsive now. But there will be times when I can't read everybody's message like I usually do, and it's not because I'm not reading, it's because I just want to pay attention to our conversation. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for shouting at Ribbles. They're an amazing person, and I'm so glad that I've been getting to talk with you. I love hanging out with you, and I'm so glad I get to see you soon.
I'm glad I get to see you soon too.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, like less than a month.
I know, and I can really use the trip. I think I'm a lot better now, but I was going through kind of a tough time the last few months.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I'm still getting over it, but like I'm a million, not a million, but I am much better than I was doing, and it'll be good to just go hang out with some vrchat people again, to see you and Squee.
Yeah.
And Lulu and Wolfie, who's here, and whoever else is going to EDC with us. Farisu, I wish I could go to a rave with you. She said, I want to go to a rave. I've always wanted to go to a rave. I've always loved electronic music. I don't know a ton of names, but I've always enjoyed everything that I've listened to for the most part, and it seems like it'll be fun. I don't know. So you've been to raves? Have you been to EDC?
I've never been anywhere like that in IRL. My only time was Tube. Or is it Tube? VR, that rave Shelter was going on at the same time as another rave that me, Katie, like we all went to, like the second day.
I wanted to
Rift,
go to that.
The Rift.
Oh, the Rift? Does that count as a rave? The Rift?
I'm not sure. No one was really doing hard substances, so
no one had glow sticks or anything. But it was a party where there was electronic music and there was alcohol.
There was a taco.
Wait, was Sopra there? Was Soper at TwitchCon?
No.
And I was like, wait, how do you know about the Rift?
No.
It was Thrill Seekers
I
event.
fucking called him and I said, please get in this lobby so that you can like go
Oh,
and
they
see all
were
the people.
streaming it. They were
Yeah,
streaming it.
and there wasn't any room, unfortunately, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I felt really bad."
Yeah, I was at the Rift IRL. Wait, were you there, Wolfie? Did you go? I was there. Yeah. Wait, you were there? I didn't know you were there. Kick W at TwitchCon? I was there with my boyfriend at the time. I probably saw you. I don't know if you know what I look like, but maybe I saw you. I don't know. I didn't know you were there. Well, you're gonna see you. Well, you know what? We'll see each other. Me and Wolfie are staying at the same place. At EDC. So I mean, we'll see each other, and if we recognize each other, we'll be like, "Oh yeah, that was you." Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I was there for ShelterCon, not for TwitchCon, but there was a bit of overlap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if where you would probably recognize. I know a few things happened during Tube, just a bunch of things in general, like just IRL event things happen, like people get too drunk and then have to get escorted out, stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
it reminded me of a story of Lulu and Squee,
Yeah.
actually. They
Oh yeah, I
almost
love
got
the
kicked
story
out.
of the karaoke place,
Yeah.
right?
No,
No.
this was at Rift. This
Oh
was
wait,
at
tell
Rift.
me the story. It might be different than I was.
So Squee is my roommate. Smokes a lot of weed. I mean a lot of
They
weed.
do.
Like her tolerance
I
is
smoked
like
weed with her, which I.
yeah. I take 5 milligrams, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
She takes 5 milligrams, huh? She takes 100 milligrams. Oh, this is all right. She takes 200
100 milligrams.
milligrams.
100
Oh,
is a
this is
lot.
good.
100 is a lot. It's a
Yes,
lot
it is.
for an edible.
She's
That's a
an
lot.
avid. She is the most stonery of stoners I've ever stoned with. Like she just, I don't know, she has an insane tolerance. I trust her for like good weed advice. Like
Because
she's
that's
just
interesting. Because she was like, and I believe you for sure. I just thought she was extremely. I was kind of. I admired her self control because we were smoking a joint. And she's like, "Okay, I'm high enough," and she put it away. I'm never like that. If I have a joint, I'm like, "All right, I'm smoking this whole thing."
the whole, yeah, I'm same way.
And then I
like,
just got way too stoned. But she was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
yeah, she wanted to save it. I'm pretty sure it was the at TwitchCon. It was the one that I had packed. Like I had gotten it for her. We went to the weed place before, and I was just like, she didn't have her ID. It was expired. Like she had it, but it was expired, so she couldn't purchase anything. So I was like, okay, I'll purchase this for us, right? And I got us pre-rolls. But yeah. So her and Lulu and I think it was just her and Lulu. They had one of the pre-rolls that I had given her, right? And they were gonna smoke it. And as they were smoking it, they were kind of being really like a bit paranoid about it. I think like I can't remember exactly how the story goes, but one of the security guards goes up to them and is just like, "What are you guys doing?" And they're just like, "Oh, we're just we're smoking." And he's like, "What are you smoking? Are you smoking crack?" And he's like, "No, we're smoking weed. And weed's illegal here.
Yeah.
It's a what is it? It is not a public space, so it's perfectly fine to smoke, right?" And that freaking security guard went to go grab a higher up at the event because he didn't believe that they were smoking weed and told the
Whoa.
higher up that they were doing like hard drugs outside.
Wow, that's insane.
And
I didn't know it
this
was
is
like
all
that.
from what I am aware of. I hope I'm telling this story right and not leaving out any details. You can 100% ask Lulu or Squee about it, and they'll probably fill you in better. What I understand though is that his higher up looked at him and he was just like, "What are y'all smoking?" And they're just like, "We're just smoking weed." And then he immediately was just like, "All right, y'all have a good day," and just immediately just like didn't like bother interrogating them or anything. Just essentially like told the security guard leave him alone and like all that jazz.
I mean,
so.
like, Wolfie said, yeah, that security guard is a dude. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess so, but I mean, I'd assume if he asked that question, he must have people around where he worked that smoke
it.
crack or something harder, you know, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad. But and those people are, you know, it's funny. This is not a jab at all, but I wonder if they were profiling them because they're so skinny. Like,
That's what I was
Lil
thinking.
and Squeer so skinny. Oh, look at these crackheads. Like, wow, stereotyping.
I thought of it as I was telling it.
Because like it sounded like the first, like, no way, you're smoking crack, and then I was like, no, we're not at all. Oh, jeez. I mean,
pale ass already shaking like naturally. Like
if they were smoking crack, I don't think they could be as chilled as that. Being like, no,
my
we're
crack
just smoking
wife
weed."
says Sopra. Oh my god.
Lulu puts all that effort into their diet to lose weight, and some security guard mistakes them for a crack addict. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I bet the security guard just doesn't like the weed smokers, probably conservative, and just wanted them kicked out. I don't know about that because I mean, probably not. People are, but people.
They were trying to get people kicked out. If you got too drunk, then he would like antagonize you if you were alone.
I remember
and then try to kick you out.
those security guards were kind of jerks. They were like ready to get us out.
It was
too,
just
when it was
just
the end of the
one.
event.
I didn't stay till the end of the event, but it was just
Okay.
one. Like the one that harassed Lulu was the same one who like I didn't know they introduced themselves. I don't remember them. There was someone who got really, 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 really drunk, and they weren't harassing anybody. They were sitting outside, just being like they're like a chatterbox, right? That's literally it. Very harmless, very obviously very drunk. Wasn't gonna have a fun time tomorrow after waking up, but he was just like trying to get them kicked out and like
Soda or someone else.
No,
Soda was so drunk.
See, Soda was smart. Soda stayed inside the venue. This was outside the venue, outside on the curb.
Okay.
Or like not outside the venue, but in the outside area of the venue. So Soda was smart. Soda just looked. He kept to himself. He folded his arms. He was very high and very drunk, and he.
Yeah, he was so.
He
cute.
had a time.
Yeah, this is our friend Soda. I think it was their first time drinking or smoking, and they got crossfaded, which sounds like something maybe I would do too. You drink the first time, you're like, oh my god, and you turn to a chatterbox, and somebody's like, you should smoke this. You're like, whatever, okay. They were just gone. And I remember
I blame Kitty.
Yeah, because I was like in line for a drink, right? And I was, I hear Soda being like, hey, old girls, get me a drink. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Everyone was like, no, do not get them a drink, please. God, do not get them a drink. And I'm like,
they kept wanting to drink after that.
It's really cute. Oh my God.
I love
Kitty was so drunk too. Our friend Runer was buying 2 drinks at a time, which I thought was actually the move.
Kitty and Gumi were having a drinking contest, except Kitty was severely losing. He was way more drunk than Gumi. Yeah, and then when we tried to get him to stop drinking, he was like, no, because then Gumi would win, and fuck Gumi. I'm not going to lose against Gumi. As you can see, the dynamic of him disowning Gumi from our family and me adopting Gumi. He just... It took a lot to get him to not drink. A lot. He just goes into this party mood when he was at least back at the Rift. He doesn't do it as hard now. It was just the week of TwitchCon was just like celebrate, and everything. So he was the one who was also trying to get people to get him drinks. And I remember he immediately coaxed Soda to take an edible. I'm pretty sure it was Soda that he immediately was just like, you should just take this, right? I took this, so you should take this. Like the first night they both ever had edibles.
Yeah. I remember
Kitty,
that.
He was a little bit of an instigator for some of our friends.
Well, I remember I think the first time he took an edible, he was like, he posted on Twitter or something like, man, edibles aren't shit or something, because I think he was barely feeling it. And then the next day or something, I see Kitty, and his eyes are just like so red, and he is like so stoned out of his mind. And
told
I'm
him
like,
he has
dude,
the
you look
most-
so stoned right now. And they're like, I am so stoned right now.
I have told him this, but out of every single person I've ever met who I've ever gotten high with, he is the only one who looked the most stoned.
They
He
look
had
so
all of the
stoned.
physical appearances, even with what he was wearing. He was wearing his little cat hat, like his little like over hat thing.
Yeah.
He had the cutest smile on his face the entire time he was talking with people because he was so high, and he was permanently squinting because his eyes were so red. And he had, oh my gosh, he was the most like, and he wasn't even like that messed up high. Like, I've talked to people who sound a lot worse. He sounded normal, but he was so freaking like, he had the physical appearance of someone who was stoned off.
He
of
did
their
sound
ass.
normal. He wasn't like, whoa, man. He was just
really
like, yeah, I'm
funny.
stoned. I feel
Like, it was really, really
mental
funny.
health.
Like,
Uh-huh.
and we would bring it up to him,
It's
just being
true.
like, "You look so high right now."
Yeah. Gumi can drink. I mean, I've honestly noticed, like, yes, for the majority of the time, yes, if you weigh a little bit less, it'll probably hit you harder. But some of the heaviest drinkers, I don't know if this is something you should be proud of, but a lot of I've known people who are tiny who can hold their liquor. I don't know what it is. Probably tolerant. It's probably just tolerance or
I'm like,
permanent liver damage.
I got some chunk, and I can't hold liquor for anything.
I can't really hold liquor either. I've never been like a huge drinker, and I remember when I first joined vrchat, I think those were some of the times I've drank the most in my life, and probably got the sickest in my life in vrchat. Because man, it goes quick in VR for some reason, at least in my experience. Like, I remember.
I like drinking IRL versus.
I much prefer drinking IRL, and I don't actually
in VR.
I don't actually drink that much at all anymore. But IRL at TwitchCon was a definitely a exception, and I think when I go to EDC, it's going to be an exception. It's just like, want to party, just when I'm hanging out with friends and having a good time, that's fine. But like drinking on my own, I mean, it's not you're on your own in VR, but I don't know. It's so rough on your body that I literally can't do it other than like a couple times a year, you know? So, but anyway, this is not an alcohol stream.
No, not at all.
I worked with a small petite girl once who was a heavy drinker, so her tolerance was super high. That's really what it is. I guess your tolerance is super high. I stayed up till 4 a.m. last night drinking, and it's fun for sure. It's fun. Just be careful. Drink enough water. Don't drink more than your limit. You know. I just want people to be safe. One of the things I hate about vrchat, and I forgot this culture was around. I hate when people are like, fuck drinking water, you know, don't drink water and stuff. I'm like, come on, I'm not gonna force you, but don't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember, do you know Dubstep Cheetos? Do you know Dubby?
Yes, I know.
I'm not gonna say who this was because they are a mutual friend of ours, but they're too drunk to really know what they're saying. Ducci, or what? No, I don't know if it was Ducci. No, it was. I'm sorry, it was Lily Panthera. Lily Panthera was drinking with them, and this other person was. I was like, Lily, please drink water and take care of yourself. And this other person was like, no, don't listen to that. Fuck water. Let's drink more. And I'm like, come on, dude. Lily's like, please take care of yourself. Like, please don't endorse like self-destruction and celebrate that. Like, yeah, have a good time. I don't want to be a buzzkill or anything. I just want my friends to, yeah, have fun, but just be safe while you're doing it so you don't kill brain cells, you know? Or do permanent damage to your body. I want you guys to be around for a while.
I've had so many encounters with people who just kind of, it's either like they will judge you if you don't drink. Right. They'll take over drinking games to make it more intensive from what they originally were, like take over the game, which that's a recent one that really grinded my nerves when I had a drinking game and someone decided to add 20 shots to it instead of the
dude, vrchat drinking games are insane. Like, they are insane. I've played, you know, they'll spin the wheel and it's like, all right, you landed on this, time to take 7 shots. Like, what? So what happened to taking 1 shot like a casual drinking game? It's like, all right, you gotta take 7 shots. Some and they got a multiplayer, take 14 shots. And I'm like, God, what the hell? This is insane. You guys are insane. What? It's like you're
It's
trying
definitely
to
something
die.
you
It's
have to like
horrible.
definitely like know your limits. I'm so sorry there's children outside and they're I don't know if you just heard that child scream from the street, but the like I forgot what I was going to say. That's so distracting me. Oh my
Oh, it's
god.
okay. I got it.
Oh, the like they just it's either like they want to drink with people, but some people have a sixth sense of wanting it's one of two things. I found that some people have like this funny sense of like they want to be in control when someone else is like wasted and just be like haha and make fun of them and tease them and whatever, like
Which is
as a
terrible,
friend dynamic.
actually. Yeah.
I don't like it. It's either that or some other people want to one up everybody by being like, look at how many shots I can take and I'm barely like feeling anything. Like, and they see it as
Yeah.
a sort of pride thing, which I find really dumb. Please don't do
Yeah.
this, y'all,
I
because
mean,
you are
that's
just
not
going
like,
to ruin your life trying to make it a competition of how much you can drink
you know,
every
whenever
single time,
I
right?
started being like, when I see stuff like that, when people are like, yeah, don't do that. I'm like, yeah. I always liken it like, you don't say that about like heroin, you know, like, oh, I just did like 5 needles of heroin here. Oh, oh no, I did 7 needles of heroin. It's not a competition, this self-destructiveness, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. I have, there's one story that like really bothers me still. My friend was, they were really not doing okay. And I was visiting them because I was just world hopping, and they were like, they were so sick. Sorry, Kitty's like, I did 10 needles. I'm fogging out over here. I still think of this time. Kitty was telling a story, and he was like, yeah, there's this really drunk guy. And he was like, he was driving like a school bus full of kids, and I did poggers in the chat, and he started laughing. He's like, poggers, oh girls, I'm talking about some drunk guy driving a school bus, and oh girls goes poggers. Anyway, forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, my friend Rye was like just really not doing so good, and I was like, hey, are you okay? And like, sorry, Panda gets like, this is a conversation to come back to. Yeah, heroin and pogging out at drunk driving of kids. No. Yeah, anyway, so my friend was not doing so good, and I was just like really worried. I was like, hey, did you drink some water? Thank you so much, Anzui, for the sub. And yeah, I was just worried, right? Because they were like, I could just hear it in their voice. They were like sick, and they're like, I'm not doing so good. And the owner of the instance goes by, he's like, all right, time to take 5 more shots. And I'm like, hey, they're like not doing so good. And they're like, who are you? Like, how dare you tell me what to do? And they kicked me from the world. I was like, please, like, this is my friend, and I'm worried. They're like, fuck you. Like, they need to take another shot. And I was like, dude, they're like not doing
They
good.
kicked you out?
Yeah, they kicked me out of the world for like just supporting my friend. And I'm like, man, that is a mentality that some people have. Just like, if you're not gonna party with me, if you're gonna like be a buzzkill on me doing 10 needles of heroin, then like you can just leave, you know. Yeah, it's horrible. I'm glad I haven't been around the drinking culture in VR. Well, that is definitely an extreme, and I think when I first started playing VRChat, I was actually around more of those people. I'm sure they're still around. And there's nothing, I have nothing against people having a good time and drinking. I just want people to know
forcing
alcohol.
other people to be
It's
in
forcing
unhealthy positions.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, I want people to take care of themselves, have fun, but make sure you're taking care of yourselves. And if people are obviously sick, not doing so good, it is, in my opinion, psychotic and sociopathic and abusive to keep encouraging that behavior.
Absolutely.
No, I'm definitely, I mean, I think our friends, you know, like Kitty's group, and, you know, everyone
They're
drinks.
very good.
Yeah, but, like, no one is like, let's drink, like, 20 shots and kill ourselves, you know?
Exactly. I'm very grateful for the group that I have been introduced in the drinking community with because I've never been pressured either to drink.
Yeah,
Like,
right, right.
I tell people I'm not drinking, and most of the time they'll be like, "Oh, why aren't you drinking? Like, is something up?" Or they just don't bother. And like when they tell
Um,
me the cheers, they know I'm getting water,
yeah,
right?
and
And
I
they
always
don't like
say
push
it
me.
too. I'm always like, yeah, I'll drink water with you, and they're like, all right, right on. Like that sounds good. I love that. I love that response. Like, oh, drinking water? What are you gay or so? Something stupid like that. I'm like, oh, cringe.
See, I'm of the mindset not because of that's who I am. I was always a ew water, but not in the sense of alcohol. Like if someone needed water to hydrate from alcohol, I'm just like, yeah, drink water. But
You just
I'm
don't like water.
Squeak used to yell at me a lot because I hated drinking water. It was a weird sensory thing that just makes me not like it all that much. So I'll do it. I have to, but it doesn't mean that I'll like it. I'll be like kind of in a bad mood after like chugging a water bottle, just like, ugh, like it's just brain just doesn't like it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, of course. Well, water dehydrates you and literally, it literally kills your brain. I don't want to be gloomy. He's like, people leave. How dare you talk badly about alcohol? No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Goomy. I was gonna ask, how are you doing? Do you need some water? I was gonna do a quick bathroom break and get some water, if that's okay. Is that okay?
Yes, please, because I want to
Okay.
turn on my fan a little
Okay, yeah.
bit.
All right,
So I'll mute in
everybody. We're gonna
Discord.
we're gonna BRB. Just give us maybe a 5-10
Ah.
minute break. Everyone, get some water, go to the bathroom, stretch. Thank you for being here. My guest is Ribbles, Riley VR. Gloomy is so gay. Gloomy is so cute, and I loved hugging their skeletal bodies. I'm sorry, Gloomy. I loved hugging their cute femboy body.
Gooby's great.
They're great. Oh, Ribbles.
I
Like
was
rails
about to
on my
shout
disc.
because I thought that there was going to be audio fall off in this world, and
Yeah,
I'm
me
so glad
too.
that
Yeah,
I
I was like, oh, I
didn't.
forgot we're on a Discord call. Perfect time for an ad break so the algorithm doesn't. Can I do that? All right, I'll run an ad. I'll be right back. I love you guys.
My-
Put up a BRB screen for now
Mhm.
and an ad. I'll be right back. I love you.
Love you too. Meow. Oh, oh, ah. Oh, girls went AFK on top of me. That just scared me. Oh dear.
Tasty burger. Hi, Tasty. Oh, I forgot Ribbles is still on call. Can we get a shout out for Tasty Burger? Where's my camera? Oh god, I am scuffed AF right now. I don't even know where my camera is. There we go.
You went AFK on top of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I came back and it jump scared me. I was just like, ah! Oh, girl's tail.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I know where she is. Let me read some chat. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching this wonderful interview with Ribbles, and I'm having such a lovely time. I just laugh because Farisu said, fellow skeletons rise up. I never think of either of you guys as that. I think you're both so beautiful, and sometimes I wish I were as petite as you two, honestly. You two are both beautiful. And I loved hugging both of you. I also loved hugging Tasty Burger. Do you know Tasty at all?
Yeah, I know Tasty. I know Tasty through Kana. And I also remember seeing him at TwitchCon. Hello.
You weren't a skeleton. I thought you were very, I don't know if this is TMI for Farisu, but I thought you were very soft and very nice to hug. I did not feel bones when I was hugging you at all, which is what skeleton means. Well-fed mom bod gang. I think I'm in there. My bones are soft. No, your skin is soft and your tissue is. Okay, I probably shouldn't talk about this anymore, but she's very soft. I came across the picture I took of us at TwitchCon. What, you and Tasty, or me and you? I miss both of you, and I hope I get to see all of you at TwitchCon. Luckily I get to see Ripples next month, but I'm sure I'll get to see you at TwitchCon too. Unfun fact: when your bones are wet, your bones are wet with your
teeth
blood.
Fit perfectly in your mouth.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah.
That's a fun fact. How is that an unfun fact?
Because then you start feeling your teeth in your mouth.
I literally was doing that with my tongue. I was literally doing that.
It is purposeful.
I wish AJ could feed me. I'm just saying because she's like a 5-star. I don't know if that's a Michelin. She's like a Michelin star chef. Like she's a.
Oh my gosh! I work in a kitchen, so that's my only qualification.
Okay. Wait, you work in a kitchen? I didn't know that. Do you cook or do you serve? Okay,
no, I'm a dishwasher.
Oh, you're a dishwasher. Okay, I've been there.
Oh, my chefs make the best food ever.
Oh, really?
Oh my god. I was thinking we could totally get lunch there. Maybe.
Really? That'd be awesome.
I work there.
What kind of food is it?
It is a golf course
and
a grill. It's a grill run at the golf course. So they have just about every
Can I go there just for lunch if I don't play golf?
Yeah, you could just go for lunch if you don't play golf. And it's specifically in this area, so not a lot of people who don't live here really go there, if that makes sense. But people who are on business come here all the time. So it's very I don't want to say it's high class, but it's kind of not fancy, but it's really high quality food. Yeah. They have burgers, chicken tenders, sandwiches, clubhouse sandwiches, breakfast burritos, bunch of stuff. They have teriyaki bowls, ramen bowls, which I wouldn't recommend getting the ramen.
What would you recommend?
You could. I would recommend the burger. Okay. I love the burger there. Yeah. They have awesome fries. I hate tomatoes and onions usually, but their tomatoes are beefy and sweet. And the onions are
This is making me so hungry.
The perfect crunch where it's not too much oniony flavor, and it is so good. I can highly recommend it. If we go and if you guys want to have lunch or breakfast there, I'm getting the burger. I love that burger so much. Either that or they have it's what's it called? Not French toast. No, yeah, it is French toast. French toast cake in a way.
French
and
toast
it's this
cake?
It's really hard to describe. It's a pastry that is served almost like a tres leches cake. where it's super
Oh,
super moist, but it
yeah.
is the flavor of like the French toast, like super
Three
sugary with maple
milks.
syrup. And yeah, and it's like cut into like kind of like a jiggly square,
Dude,
like you
this
can
sounds
slap it and
so
it'll go.
good right now. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I was also admiring your nom emote, which is so cute. I love it.
I did that spontaneously.
It's so cute. Aw.
I have two of them. I just made a new one. One's nomming on a burger. And did I add this to Twitch? I have to actually like go and see. I
Sally
don't think I
says
did.
your teeth are the only part of your skeleton you can clean, which I yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. I never thought about that. I would love to come to a dinner party with you, AJ. I love food. I love eating food. I've been really on a health kick lately, so I can't wait to go to Vegas and be a little bit less strict with my diet right now. I guess not really a
There's
diet,
the
so I
nom.
mean,
Sorry, I sent it to you in DMs. I didn't upload it to
oh,
Twitch yet.
wait, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna check my Twitch DM or my Discord. Oh, that's so cute. Aww. That's adorable. Aw. Who's DMing me?
Yeah, I just need to remake a few more and then I want to drop them all at once. The only one I have right now that from that set is my new lurk emote, which was also something I'm very proud of my newer emotes. I
Oh,
finally
that's
figured
cute. I've
out
seen
how emotes
that.
look aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I finally figured out the
Yeah.
trick. So,
How? What's the trick? Your heart is so cute too.
round.
Yes,
The
round.
trick is round. So when you have hair pieces, instead of them being like sharp strands, you want to curve it. And it's the same with line. When lines are
Oh,
connecting, you want to fill in a curve with the lines and everything. At
that's
least that's how I
so
do it with my style.
interesting. Yeah, I'm not an
Yeah.
artist or I don't draw really, so that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's also dependent on how you frame it and everything to make sure that there's not too much detail because you don't want too much detail on your emotes because it takes away from the emotion of it. So it's very like you have to find the balance of it
oh,
being simple, being
yeah.
bold with coloring. Like you
Mhm.
have to make sure it's colored well.
Yeah.
Don't skimp out on using black line art because a lot of people will are like me. I was used to coloring my line art different colors to make it pop more because in traditional drawing it's easier, but with a highly compact emote you want to use a black pen to like do everything for the line art. Like maybe you shade the skin a little bit to be a different color, but generally like to make it stand out on a background, that helps me a lot, is to
That's
line it
very good
in black.
knowledge. And that is like I'm gonna yoink that knowledge. Yeah, you should like yoink that
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah.
Um, I don't. This is kind of a random question. How? I feel like the art community is really wholesome and sweet and supportive. Is that true? No,
Um,
I don't know. I was well, okay. Here's one community that's. You know what community is like the most supportive community on the internet? It is the recipes community.
it's
Like
so true. That is so
you
true. That I've
never
never seen anyone
got
be so
toxic.
mean. Like the only toxicity is like Gordon Ramsay, and even then,
Yeah,
everyone was
that's like
just like, "We
a
can appreciate Gordon Ramsay because he knows what he's talking about." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But like yeah, you never have someone like do a recipe. I mean, and if it's bad, it's obvious like it's a bad recipe. It's like a
yeah,
troll or something, which is
no.
very rarely the case.
Being around a
Um
community for so long, I don't like the artist community all
you
that
don't like
much.
it. Okay, interesting. I actually didn't
It's
know the answer to this question when I asked.
Yeah.
Cuz
I think
I
a lot of digital artists growing up are starting to break away and realize how bad it is. Because I've met a lot of people on TikTok who think the same thing, like digital artists on there. And it's just very egotistical. It's very like in the sense
hmm.
of I did all of this without using a reference, and my art is the best because I do this in X amount of time, and I do it this way and this way, and
Oh.
I'm showing off how I do it this way. And if you do this,
Come
then you're
on.
messed up, right?
Get a
And
job. No, sorry.
get a job.
Get a job.
No,
No,
it
it's
is
funny.
very frustrating, especially because
Yeah.
the whole like you should never trace aspect. You shouldn't trace someone's original artwork. That's bad. But
Yes.
poses, go for it. If you're gonna do that, even for like commissions, go for it. At the end of the day, it is the artwork that you put together in the end
I
that you
think
are
that's so
providing for
fair to
somebody.
use a reference. I mean, like, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you're supposed to. You're supposed to use references. Some people are so stuck in their head that they believe that it's bad, which is why I don't like the
Uh-huh.
art community all that much. Also, I think it's just like I have a bad time with comparing myself to other artists that I get like I don't want to say I get envious, but I'm just like, man, like I don't think I could see anybody else's work right now, and I feel so bad about mine that it's just like I try to chill for a little bit. So, um only when I'm feeling bad. I usually see other people's like on TikTok. I follow so many artists because they have such unique styles on there that get really popular. But there are some days that it's just like it's hard for me to hang out with other artists because it's either I'm scared they're gonna think that I'm like full of it
Mm. Yeah.
or what. Like I've just had such a bad time with the art community that it's kind of ingrained in me. Like I don't like it all too much. Some of the people are super sweet, but there's so much drama and so much just stuff that goes on.
Yeah, I feel I guess I have like a skewed perspective because I just have a lot of friends that are artists and they're all so sweet to me I don't see I totally understand because I was talking about this a lot too, just like the VTuber community. I feel really lucky because I have so many amazing friends that are both streamers and VTubers. But as a whole, the VTuber
It's
slash streamer community
so
is so toxic
scary.
and
It's
dramatic
so
and scary. Yeah, it
scary.
gets so bad. Like,
It's enough to where my autism puts up danger sign and then I avoid it as much as I can. Like it just all the drama, like people I've said this before. I say this about VR as well, or online space, is people go into these things trying to, at least in my opinion, run away from something or to
right.
find something new that they didn't have in their real life.
Yeah.
And
True.
so in these spaces, sometimes these people, what they were not being able to fit into society IRL all that well is maybe they have a bad attitude or they're really toxic and then they come to these
Yeah.
spaces, right? And it's very apparent in the VR, like, or not the VR, the VTube community, that some people who are really popular end up being so mean spirited, um, or
Right.
just awful people to try and get to know. Um,
Yeah.
I've met some people in this game that it's like I would probably be so much better off if I didn't meet them because of how just like bad they are. But like if they
Yeah.
pulled this behavior with their IRL group, they wouldn't have an IRL group, right? And yet,
Right.
but they're still pulling it in this online space. So it's just some
Yeah.
people are
I'm sorry.
just
Yeah, I agree.
there's
I agree with that so
there's
much.
a lot of good. Like there's more good than there is bad, but the bad is a little alarming sometimes. Like
It is. And though, and I don't want to, it's to be fair to just the platforms in general, streaming and VTubing and art or whatever. IRL is just the same way. They're narcissistic people. They're people who are mean and cruel and not kind. But yeah, it's true. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if you can hide it easier because there are a bunch of terrible people, say, like in Hollywood or in business or whatever,
mm,
in every community, but it does hurt in a way for me, or at least I don't know if hurt's the right word, but it does bother me sometimes when, yeah, somebody is a terrible person behind the scenes and they're so successful, right? And you're just
I
like,
know
man.
that really bothers me
And I
because it's
do.
like what example are you setting if you are not positive and you are being a horrible person? Like when that comes out and the people who look up to you realize you're a bad person, that's going to hurt you really bad. Like I my philosophy is we should always strive to be better people and to break out of our toxic habits. I've been doing a good job at that. I used to be a lot more toxic. I feel like I've made progress, but some people it's like I wish that they would also like follow this kind of like philosophy of
I
being a
think,
better person and trying at least trying to be like work on ourselves constantly. Like I just
yeah. I agree
I
with
don't know.
that. The people I admire the most are the people who have made it, but also when I mean, who knows what they're like behind the scenes with, people who I see genuinely try to be good people and positive and kind to people, even despite having, like, the success that they've achieved. And on the opposite side, there's people like, I don't know, we all know the names, like Jared Leto or someone. I don't know if you know them, or
Oh
like
my
Harvey
god,
Weinstein, just horrible
yes.
human beings that are like so successful and just like have. I've noticed this about people who've made it. Not everyone is like this, but there is an arrogance to them, and like just like, I know what I'm doing. I'm successful, and I got here because I'm an amazing person, and
And I don't want to
it's
listen to what you have to say, and I'm not gonna treat you like a person of equal value as to me.
which is
Um,
so horrible. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like in the end, that sort of thing fades, right? Like your fame will fade, and
I hope that it does, because I think people don't consciously realize they're doing it. Because I think that every person out there thinks that they are a good person. Even when they're doing bad things,
well, that's
they like, unless it's like they're
interesting.
like experiencing trauma and are just like, man, I'm a horrible person, right? Like, just things like that.
Right.
I think that sometimes these people who don't realize that they're being such, they can come off as being really bad, realize they're coming off as being really bad, right? Like, sometimes they know, but sometimes they think like, yeah, well, I'm bad sometimes. This doesn't define my whole character though, right? And it enables them to keep doing it because it's like, oh, it was a once in a while thing of me being foul or mean or whatever, and they just continue, right? I just, I don't know. I think that everyone thinks that they are capable of making good decisions. I think that it's just recognizing that we might have some bad habits that we can work on is the first step, and some people just don't recognize that. Maybe one day they will, and they'll go on like address that there is an issue with their behavior.
Yeah.
um some people won't.
Yeah. I wonder if part of that is if, certain people in their circle, right? Like, they might not have somebody who they actually care about telling them the truth about how they're acting. Or if
Yeah.
they do, they maybe disown that person or whatever. I don't really know. I know I'm always really grateful because I'll admit I am not. I try to be a good person, but there are times when I'm not a good person. I try my best, and I guess I really appreciate my friends who kind of tell me the truth about certain things when I'm not, when I just did something that might not be above board or something. Like I really really do appreciate it when people tell me the truth about things. And maybe these people don't have those people in their lives, or they're like, as soon as somebody tells them the truth about something, they're like, whatever, who cares? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for shouting out Tulip Balm. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for shouting out Balm. They prefer to go by Balm and not Tulip Balm. But they're a really good friend of. I'm just kidding. They're like, I'm gonna kill you. Their name's Tulip Balm, and it's obvious. Tulip is the cute part of it. But she was like, yeah, some people call me
Annihilate
Balm.
you.
I'm like, Balm, stop reading my mind. Yeah, I know you. That's my girl right there, Tulip. I miss you. Things are so much better now than when I last talked to you, Tulip. Girls, I'm gonna annihilate you. That's my girl. I miss you. I want to interview you, even though you don't stream anymore. But I miss you, and I hope you're doing okay, Tulip. They're a lovely friend of mine, and artist as well. Just a really funny and wonderful person. But by the way, everyone, my guest today is the lovely ribblesvr, who is my friend and someone that's so sweet and kind and accepting and welcoming and funny. And has gotten me started to talk about. Now I'm making jokes about sleeping with people's moms. Now I'm like, the rebels who loves to sleep with people's moms. And now I'm like, whenever Tasty's around, I'll start like rapping about their mom and stuff. And like,
You're blaming me.
I blame Ripples. Yeah, well, yeah, because Ripples. I've told this story like 4 times now. But like, I was just on Twitter and I was like, oh, Twitter is cool. I like Twitter. This is wholesome, question mark. And, Ripples will be like, oh, here's my wholesome ice cream tier list, and people like, okay, this ice cream is good. And someone was like, or no, it's Pop-Tarts. Someone was like, s'mores, like, D tier, she put s'mores on D tier. Admittedly controversial, but you know, if you don't like s'mores, that's totally fair. Where'd you go?
I fell off the map. Don't mind me. I'm just running around.
Okay. And she was like, somebody wrote, I don't know about s'mores being D tier, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm gonna what's it, viscerally fuck her. I'm gonna viscerally fuck your mom.
Down to the exact word.
Viscerally fuck your mom. What? Viscerally. No.
To be fair, I don't remember who I said it to, but they deserved it.
Yeah, for disagreeing with a candy tier list, Pop-Tarts tier list.
Yeah.
What'd you put at the top again? Cherry? I don't know. Blueberry?
Cherry, blueberry.
Blueberry's up there for me.
Yeah. I like the fruity.
I like
fruity
this,
ones.
I like
Most of the chocolatey ones are.
I like chocolate.
Like
Do you like chocolate or no chocolate?
I love chocolate. I just hate specifically it is when the cookie is chocolate. Like it's dyed to be chocolate, but it doesn't taste like anything. And I didn't like that. Like I got sick off of it once and I'm just like, I don't like
Dude,
these
okay, that is fair. I feel like with anything in life, if you've gotten sick on something, you're gonna put it like D or F tier. There's no way you're gonna be like, oh, this is S tier. I got sick off of
it. It's okay. I understand being a picky eater can sometimes make you have shit taste, but you don't have to like drag it into my Pop-Tart tier list, okay?
Kitty has some very questionable tastes himself. I remember when I was doing my candy.
Oh, I was
tier
joking,
list,
but you know what? Go off, oh girls.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kitty DVR. First of all, I like this Ribble. I love Ribbles. I'm sure you guys would get along. Tulip Bomb. I'll try to introduce you one of these days. Kitty, I was doing a candy tier list, and Kitty was just getting on my case, saying a lot of stuff was F tier. They put candy corn S tier. Candy corn is the toppest candy for them. I don't know. I mean, it's okay to me. I don't know if it's an S tier number one.
I think I need to
candy
do a
of
candy
all
tier
time.
list.
Yeah, let's
I had
do
a
one
lot
right
of people
now.
mad at me just right now.
No, I mean, yeah, we'll do it casually. We don't have to do. Well, I'm just curious. What are your S tier candy lists?
I need to open up the S tier list. I could do this right now. Hold
candy
on.
corn is disgusting. What did
I actually love candy corn.
Oi,
so
leave
much.
them oatmeal cookies out of this. I like oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies are not trash. I like oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies are S tier. I love oatmeal cookies.
I like oatmeal cookies. I don't like them with raisins though because the raisins get really solid and I can't chew it.
I can get with that. I'll eat the raisins, but I put oatmeal cookies high tier. I don't know if they're S tier for me. S tier cookie. I guess we can do cookies real quick. S tier cookies for me. White
S-tier
chocolate chip macadamia nut. Oh yeah, Snickerdoodle is up there too.
Snickerdoodle, peanut butter, and chocolate
peanut butter. Yeah, solid chocolate chip cookie, like right out of the oven. It's there's a reason why it's such a classic.
Oh, I can.
What kind of oatmeal raisin cookies are you eating when they're solid? Says Kitty. That sounds like some stale ass cookie. I mean, I
lived with my mom. That's all I have to say.
A lot of oatmeal raisin cookies have stale raisins. I mean, I spit out the raisins, says Harpoon. Sol puts candy corn as a top tier candy as well. My top tier candies are Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah. I fucking love. I literally just immediately I sought out the Reese's peanut butter cup to put it into S tier as I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. There's something called Buenos that you guys probably don't know about. I put maybe Toblerone up there.
I like Toblerone.
Ferrero Rochers are up there. I don't know if you've had those. Sour Patch Kids, both watermelon and regular. I forget what else I put there. Maybe Kit Kat. There's a lot of good candy.
I love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
I love Kit
Peeps.
Kats. I love Smarties.
Smarties are good. I think I put Twix S tier too, or maybe high A. I really like Twix.
We have the same S tier.
I think Kitty put Twix like D tier or something. Oh wait, no, Farisu or someone put Twix D tier. I can't say I haven't had enough Peeps to answer that, but I might put Peeps B or C. I haven't had enough Peeps to say. I'm thinking about it, and I love marshmallows, so.
Would you prefer Starburst or Lifesavers?
Gummy lifesavers or hard lifesavers?
Gummy lifesavers.
Probably gummy lifesavers. I like Starburst a lot, though. I don't know.
Oh my god, they have Gushers on this list. Gushers is an S tier.
You guys put.
It's not really
Is that even a question? Wow, you guys all put Starburst. I really like. I really like. The thing is, I like gummies a lot. I just like gummies quite a bit. Have you ever had a Maltesers before or a Crunchy? Are those like European candies? I don't think I've had any of those. I like Heath bars too. I've never. I mean, I love Heath bars.
Superior.
Bro, I want some marzipan. Oh, marzipan is so good. That's not a can. Is that a candy though? Swedish Fish are my favorite gummies. Those are good. Mine are at Sour Patch. Gushers are not a candy. Wait, what do you mean Gushers are not a candy?
Yeah, they're not a candy, but I am putting them.
What are they?
It is on the list. They're just like a sugary item, but they're not like candy. Like
what?
They have an expiration date that's really quick.
They're sweet. Wait, how are Gushers? But if they're not a candy, what are they? Fruit snacks are candy, right? I mean, it's not as like candy as like gummy worms or chocolate.
I don't view fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks. So fruit snacks are not candy to you. Okay, no. I mean that's a fair take. Okay, but can we talk about how good butterscotch is? I love butterscotch.
Oh, butterscotch make my heart go. Oh my gosh.
Fruit snacks are not candy. Okay, that's fine.
Do you like juicy drop pops or ring pops?
What are juicy drop pops? I don't.
Oh, okay. It might have been something just in my childhood and not like everywhere. It was like these candies, and they would have like a little pouch. Like you would take it out like a sword almost, and it had a pouch with really sour like juice on it, and you'd squirt the sour juice on it, and then you put it in your mouth.
I've never had that.
And then you just repeat like
it's like
that's how you
fun
eat it.
Dip kind of in a way. Well, it's like
kind of, except you drizzle it on like.
I don't remember
and it's like a liquid.
That.
It's a syrup.
But I had a lot of ring pops.
Does anyone in chat know what it is? Juicy drop
ring pops are okay. They're okay. Yeah. Juicy drop pops were great. Did you guys like Pop Rocks? They were okay.
Pop Rocks were a sensory issue for me.
That's fair. Yeah. They're more of a novelty than a...
Yeah. Like, I could eat it if I wanted to. It's just when I first ate it, I was just like, ah!
Yeah, that's... Oh, God! My mouth is exploding. Rock Pop Candy, wicked. Who cares about taste? Love them popping. Nerds Rope. I like ropes. I do like sour ropes.
The name of it?
Juicy
you know
drop
those
pop
red
is what
vines?
I call my... Yeah, they're great. I love them.
Do you like red vines or Twizzlers?
See, I think I like red vines better, but I grew up with red vines. Apparently people I was talking about this with my sister and her boyfriend. We didn't really have Twizzlers very often. We had red vines more in California, I think. But people on the East Coast love Twizzlers, apparently, is what they were saying. Like, people on the East Coast love Twizzlers. I don't know if is that the case? Do you like red vines or Twizzlers? I've had Twizzlers.
I love red vines, and I'm a West Coastie.
Yeah, I think people on the West Coast just ate red vines more.
It's just better. Like, I remember, oh my god, the one thing that my ex did that I still think about to this day, and I don't know how I fucked up so badly.
Yeah.
I told him I love red vines and I hate Twizzlers. And on our anniversary, he mailed me a box of Twizzlers, and I remember I was on call with him when I opened it, and I just looked at him. I'm just like, babe, and he was like, what? You like these? And I'm just like, no, I hate these. Like, I hate Twizzlers. And he was just like, well, I thought you liked them. And I'm just like, no, I like red vines. And he's just like, oh, shit. Like,
oh, that's kind of
I was like,
cute.
it's okay. I'll eat them. Like, I pity ate them because I didn't want to feel bad.
Oh, that's sad.
Ooh, lemon heads are an S.
Oh, they're an S head. You know, they're at least A for me. I don't have them that often, so I didn't even think about lemon heads, but I've always enjoyed lemon heads. Oh, you know what? I put S tier? Warheads. I put S head.
Warheads.
S tier.
I put them a little lower. I don't like how they taste afterwards, but I love just the...
That's fair.
Like, just the
Which
sour.
Twizzler? Wait, there are two kinds of Twizzlers? What? I like
there's
both,
a black licorice in the...
you know, I'm not somebody that hates black licorice. I'm not going to go out of my way to get it, but I'll eat it if it's around. Man, I want candy. Warheads are the sour, like, hard candies. They were big when I was little. I don't know if they're as big now, but they're like black cherry warheads were my favorite. I like sour apple. I
Ooh,
like sour stuff.
ooh. Do you like sweet tarts or Smarties?
I'll be honest. I would put both of those like B or C. I'm not a huge fan of those. I kind of like chocolate a little bit more, but do I like Smarties or Sweet Tarts better? Probably Smarties. I don't know. Do you like Sweet Tarts better or Smarties?
I am used to Smarties, but if I want the unique flavor with them, I eat sweet tarts. But usually I eat Smarties. I like Smarties a little
Heck,
bit more.
Smarties. Never liked them. I'll be honest. Smarties were probably my least favorite Halloween candy. Like when I'd have a pillowcase of Halloween candy, Smarties were lower tier for me. Licorice fudge is
Snickers.
delicious. Oh, Snickers is like a solid A for me. But a lot of people put it on
Not
S.
me.
No, you don't like it. What don't
I
you
don't
like
like
about it?
nuts.
You don't like
and almonds.
nuts.
Like I'll eat
Okay.
it and I'm just like, okay, I'll have it every once in a while, but I just don't like nuts. I don't like the texture of nuts.
That's fair. Do you like Butterfinger?
It's not on this list and it makes me so mad. I love Butterfingers.
I love Butterfinger too.
Butterfingers is my favorite. I don't like Nestle, but I'm a slut for Butterfingers. I will eat that. I will find it in the grocery store just like I have a craving. I need it. I need my Butterfingers.
There's
It's
the
just so good.
hollow and chewy kind. The chewy kind that you can pull apart is what Sully said. Hi Sully, by the way. Sully, you on a TwitchCon this year? About Twizzlers, I guess chewy Twizzlers that you can pull apart. I love you, Lavi. I miss you.
Oh, they have candy cigarettes on this. I've never had one. So
I've never really had candy cigarettes either. Maybe like once or twice as a novelty. Someone mentioned the Mexican lollipops, which I haven't had. I actually don't think I've had any Mexican candy, but I should try some because they sell it at the taqueria near my house that has like some of the best burritos I've ever had in my life. But when I see Mexican candy, I see like some sour candy. There's like, you know what's interesting about Mexican candy? They have like spicy stuff, like spicy gummies.
Yeah, that was.
Stuff. I've never.
I
really
don't like spicy candies, so I never really.
So
messed
like,
with it.
I guess the only spicy candy I really had, I think they're called Fireballs.
Oh, I don't like Fireballs.
I thought they were okay. I like cinnamon.
I don't like the drink. I don't like the. I don't like
That's
anything
fair
about
if
it. I
you
used to
don't
like
like-
the drink.
Yeah. Already looking at restaurants and can we get Japanese barbecue again? That was the best. Me and Sally went to this all-you-can-eat Japanese barbecue, which were so good.
There's a lot of those at TwitchCon. Be prepared for conveyor belt sushis and stuff like that.
I
and
want that. I want the
Korean
conveyor.
barbecue.
I want Korean barbecue.
A good place I would highly recommend, just because of based on reviews on TikTok and everything, and it's for a good cause. There's a new Korean street food place called Dynamite Grill.
I'm already all in on Korean street food.
It's good. It's locally sourced, and all of the money that's made from that goes towards treating the owner's cancer. Because it's like the kid is like picking up the social media and everything, so they made it blow up on TikTok and everything. And
Farisu's terrible takes. Just saying, Twix is F tier. They put Twix F tier. Oh,
Twix is good. Y'all are cowards.
What is
don't have taste
your
buds.
S tier again, Farisu? I don't know anyone who's ever put Twix F tier. Farisu, what's wrong with you? Exactly. We all have different tastes. Wolfie says they don't like most Mexican candy. Cinnamon is good, but all the chili pepper candy is weird to me. That's fair. I've never tried it, so I can't knock it if I don't try it. Twix is at least
I
A
have
tier.
Twix at my S
Check
tier.
DMs for my list of candy. Okay.
Well, let me rate it from the ones that I love more.
Australia tends to have a lot of UK candies here, so most of the ones I like are probably UK too. I always mention Yorkies when I talk about UK candy, which is not a great candy bar. Yorkies is this
it's the
candy
mint one,
bar.
right?
No, Yorkies mint? I thought it was just a standard chocolate bar, and the only thing it has going for it is its tagline.
Oh, I think I'm mistaking it for the York.
Oh yeah,
Discs.
York peppermint patties. Those are okay. Those are whatever. Do you like Andes? Do you like mint? I don't know. I always liked Andes. Do you ever have Andes?
I've never had an Andes. I like Yorks though. I like mint candies.
Morocco. Hi Morocco. I love you. Ciao meow. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, so Anna, if you're still here, this might be a. Thank you for the follow, by the way, sweetie. This might be a hot take because I know a lot of people do not like almond joys and mounds, but I actually do like them because I like coconut. I'm sorry to everyone who does not like coconut. Do
I
you not
eat
like
away, like I spit out the
the?
I'll put it in my mouth. I'll melt the chocolate and everything
You
and the
spit
coconut,
the
and then I
coconut
spit out
out.
the almond. I
Oh, you
can't
spit
do
out the
nuts.
almond. Oh, right. You don't
Yeah,
like nuts. I love coconut. People really don't like coconut.
I love
Ew,
coconut.
says hard. It's fair. I'm fair if you don't like coconut, but I'll do my best to find more JBBQ or at least KBBQ. There's definitely both in Vegas. I've been to more KBBQ when my parents lived in Vegas, but I haven't been for
There's good
years. So
sushi places. It makes me wish there was more time to take you out to places.
I
Oopsies, I
know.
just grabbed that. Like,
I'll
there's
be.
two restaurants that I wish I could take you guys to. My work, and then the sushi place that's right outside of this gated community has the best sushi ever. All you can eat, $25 to $30 depending on the day, but the salmon melts in your mouth. And they have
Oh, that
like
sounds
specific
good.
items, like they call it the shit, and it's like a sushi roll with salmon on top, and it's like cream cheese has covered it, and they
That's.
like they blowtorch it to make it
They
like gooey. Like,
blowtorch it.
yeah, it's so good. I cannot just not recommend it. Like, I have to recommend it for how good it is. Like, I
All
don't know.
right. I had to look up what goo goo clusters are. I have never had a goo goo
Oh, I think I
cluster.
have. It's like the generic Halloween candy.
What it is? Nashville's official candy? This is a generic candy. I've never heard of a goo goo cluster. Is this just like a nut cluster? I guess you don't like those. I do like nuts. So what is this? What is in a goo goo cluster? It is uh oh shoot. It's nuts. I don't know. I feel like I would like this because I like all these ingredients. It's nuts, caramel, nougat, and milk chocolate. I really like nougat. I don't get it a lot, but I love nougat. In Asia, they have, I feel like, more nougat based candies. I really like nougat. Crunch bars are based. Crunch bar for me has gone down to B or C tier, but there was a point in my life when I was a kid where crunch bars were my absolute favorite. I'm not sure what changed. I guess other candies have gone higher, but I used to really like crunch bars. I used to really like Mr. Good Bar too. That might be an A or an S for me too.
I love
But
Crunch bars too.
you love crunch bars too? Food.
Just
Probably the quality on top. Yeah, maybe.
it's the type of like I think they put like rice in it, the crispy rice in the Crunch bars, so you crunch and then it has like those flat little specks, you know. I really like
Yeah.
that. And I can enjoy nuts when it's like cut up really really thin and used as a topping. Like that's the only time I
Okay.
can enjoy it.
It's fair, yeah. Everyone has different tastes. What do you think about chocolate covered almonds? Well, I think Ribbles probably wouldn't like those. I like
Ugh.
them. I prefer, for whatever reason, I prefer like peanuts and stuff, but you don't like those either. And chocolate. You can have all the nougat. One of the few things I don't like. That's fair. That's fair. I love
Yeah.
nougat though.
I don't like nuts, but I love peanut butter. So Reese's is my top favorite candy.
Reese's might be my favorite chocolate based candy, but I think my favorite candy is probably Sour Patch, like watermelon or something.
I love Sour Patch watermelon. It
Oh,
is
I
really hot
had
in my room.
Sour
Mm.
Patch Peaches for the first time a few months ago, and God, those are good. Oh, those are so good.
I love peaches.
Me too. Oh, actually, I think peaches are almost in season. I might have to get some peaches soon.
We used to have a peach tree where I used to live, and we had the best peaches in all of my town. That
Really?
monster
In
tree, like my
Cali?
mom never excessively watered it. It was just
Oh,
there,
in our town?
and it grew like big multiple peaches that were huge and juicy, and like we would just like wash them, like we'd pick them,
I might
wash
have
them,
to
and then
go get
eat
some
them.
fruit
And it was,
later.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely, like good peaches are where it's at. Like, oh,
there are a lot of good things and bad things about California, like the rent and
people.
some of the phony people and the you know the mean people. There's kind people too. But one of the greatest things about California is that their produce can be really incredible. Like
Yes.
a white peach or a fruit that's in season from California. Oh my god. It's
Yes.
so delicious.
Blackberries. When
Yeah, or
blackberries are in
cherries
season.
too.
We used to have a cherry tree, but it got infected, so we had to cut it down.
Oh
But
no, infected. How did it get
yeah.
infected? By like aliens?
Um,
I don't
this is gonna ruin the hunger mood. When a
Oh
tree
no,
is
I wanna
infected, it makes it so that the cherries have parasites in them, like maggots.
Oh no! Of course that's what it is. Like a Zerg. Maggots. Oh no.
Yeah, I found out the hard way. I was the one who notified my
Oh
mom.
no! You found out that you had. Did you eat a maggot or something?
Well,
like it came out of your mouth?
I bite into my cherries and I look at the pit before I continue to eat it. It's always been a thing that I've always done with
That's
cherries.
smart. I would just
And
have eaten the maggot.
yeah, so I bit it and I looked at it and I saw like
Oh,
and I was like,
holy
bleh! I immediately spat it out and freaked out.
Oh. So that makes my skin crawl. That's okay. It does bother me like when I'll eat some fruit or something and then I'll notice like there is a bug in it or so. It happens very rarely, but the times I've done it have been such unfortunate experiences. Like I'll eat a thing of blueberries or something. At the bottom I see there's like a bug or there's is that your fan? Oh gosh.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
It's really hot here. That's why I'm like
No,
laying
I
down worse because
know.
I'm dying.
I know. I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm doing so. Everyone, by the way, just to check in with you, I'm doing an interview with my lovely friend ribblesvr, and this has been so fun. 2.5 hours have just kind of soared by as I thought they would. I just have always loved talking with you. You're so chill.
I'm talking with you too, girls.
Why must you destroy my innocence, Ripples? Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm prone to doing that. I took
some
away
peaches. Me
Soper's
too,
mom's
look, I know.
innocence too.
That's true. Soper's mom has got it going on, as the kids say on the playground.
That's what I say.
That's what you say. Chocolate raisins are super good, says Spy Fox. I used to actually like raisins. Like, my mom used to really like Raisinets. They're okay. I don't know. They're not, like, F tier for me. Oh, wait. Farisu DM'd me her... I was going to say low cannoli. Sour gummies and peanut butter chocolates are my favorite. Like Reese's.
Here,
Or
let me
any
get
form of
my
Reese's.
tier list if you want to compare as well. I got most of my stuff in there.
Oh, yeah. These were some interesting takes by Farisu. So her S tier number 1 candy of all time and number 2 for her, which I found incredibly interesting. Number 1, regular Hershey's Kisses. They're like okay. I've never ever heard anyone, I just put this pillow on your face, I'm sorry. I've never heard anyone put Reese's or put Hershey's Kisses number 1. And number 2, M&M regular M&Ms are S tier.
I like regular M&Ms.
I like them too, but I don't know if they're Omega S tier for me. They're good. Okay, she put Reese's S tier, which I agree with. Wait, what's that? What is the one after Reese's? I can't really see.
That's a Kit Kat.
Oh no, not yours. I'm reading a
okay.
Reese's. Let me open up.
That's really funny because my first one is Reese's.
Reese's is like, number 1. I can't. Are those Warheads? I don't know. But then Reese's Pieces also up there. Swedish Fish. She also put Dum Dum Lollipops up there, which I don't put them S tier, but I always like those. And Sour Patch Kids, which I agree with. A tier for Farisu. Skittles, Airheads, Trolley Crawlers, Pocky, Yan Yans, Snickers, Fun Dip, and Sweet Tarts. I agree with most of those. I might put one of the two things lower. Like I'd put Fun Dip and Sweet Tarts in B, maybe. I used to love Airheads as a kid. I don't really eat them anymore, but Nerds B tier, Ring Pop. I don't know what that Laffy Taffy, I think. Starburst, Jolly Ranchers. And then let's read their F tier. Mike and Ike, which is fair. Whopper. Oh, wait, no. Are there Whoppers down there? I don't know. Twix is an F tier.
But Whoppers and Twix are the best.
Wait, I don't know. Wait, are Whoppers here? Maybe Whoppers aren't there. Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Almond Joy, which is fair if you don't like almonds.
Whopper,
oh, Snow Caps. Those are probably F tier for me, too. Oh, yeah, she did put Whoppers in F tier. Whoppers, that bubble gum you get sometimes. Jelly Bellies, which I actually like. I actually like. You think Jelly Bellies are F tier? Wow. I guess I always had such like a fond memory going to the Jelly Belly factory. It's like I lived around there as a kid, but I can see not liking them. Sour Patch or candy corn. I think she put bubble tape down there, which is fair, even though I liked it as a kid. Haribo gummy bears, D tier. Crunch bars, D tier. Oh, my heart, D tier. Crunch bars. Lifesavers, D tier. Tootsie Pops, D tier. Okay, let's read. She put Butterfinger C tier. How can you put Pez and Butterfinger on the same tier? No, Pez is. All right. So Ribbles sent me something. What did Tulip
There wasn't an
say?
F tier. There was a lot of them that I would have put in an F tier and more in a D tier, but I moved between C and D instead.
All right, we're gonna read Ribbles. I'm sorry, I should put this up in the browser, but I'm kind of too lazy to do that right now.
I am too lazy too.
All right, we're gonna read Ribbles' top tier, but let me check the chat real quick. Peanut butter chocolate is god tier. I agree with that. Sour gummies are amazing. I agree with that. You're amazing. Apple and strawberry flavored ones. I love a lot of sour gummies. I slap them in a tier. My favorite candy is probably Warheads. I haven't had Warheads in so long, but I agree that they are amazing, and I put them S tiers. I like peanut M&Ms the most. See, I like peanut M&Ms, but some people don't really like nuts. Ribbles, I imagine, would not like peanut M&Ms. I think Farisu said peanut M&Ms are not good either, but I love peanut M&Ms. I love all M&Ms, to be perfectly honest. Like
actually,
crunchy
peanut butter
M&Ms.
I like I bite it and I don't feel the nut, so I'm okay with peanut butter M&Ms. It's a texture thing.
Okay, Pez is awful, says Rune. I tried caramel M&Ms. Were they good? I like caramel. So sour stuff makes my mouth go flashbang. Yeah, that's fair. Skittles hit different, especially sour ones. Okay. I like Skittles. I might put sour Skittles A or S tier. Like, I find sour Skittles to be so good, and I forgot about those.
Sour Skittles are superior. The other Skittles,
like tropical Skittles,
I wanted to put them in D tier if I could, but I put them in C instead for both.
Okay, I'm gonna
love sour
read
Skittles.
Ribbles is tier list here real quick, you guys. Okay, S tier. Oh wow, there's something in S tier that I did not think would be there, but interesting. Reese's peanut butter cups S tier. I agree with that. Kit Kat S tier. I agree with that. Fruit Gushers, even though you don't think it's a candy, but I'm sure it was on this tier list, which is why you put it there. S tier for Fruit Gushers. I'd put it A tier. I've never had a bad experience with Gushers. My friend recently, she was really praising. There's like this nerd Gushers combination I've never had. They're like nerds, but they're Gushers. Apparently they're really good. Has anyone had those? I've never had those. Lemon Heads S tier. This is really making me want some Lemon Heads because I haven't had them in a while, and they're really good. Sour Patch Watermelon and Sour Patch up there. I agree. Is there anyone that doesn't like Sour Patch Kids? I feel like they're unanimously pretty loved. Twix S tier. And Peeps S tier. That's really interesting. I haven't had Peeps enough, but I love marshmallows, so
it's such an airy marshmallow, and I really like it.
Now I want some Peeps. Like, I haven't been eating candy a lot recently, but now I'm
I
like,
had
I
Peeps
want
for
all
the
this
first time
candy.
in years last month. And it was because I went out.
Peeps
I was helping
sounds
my
so
IRLs
good.
move, and then we went to a Walmart, and I saw it was Easter was coming by, and the Peeps were on display, and I'm just like, my Peeps now, like.
Okay, so you don't like Starburst, is why you asked that earlier. You don't like Starburst. You put it on D tier. Wait, you put Reese's Cups on S tier, but you put Reese's Pieces D tier. They're not as good as Reese's Cups. Wow, what's your reasoning behind that? You just don't like the shell or the texture?
I don't like the
Just the
texture.
whole thing.
The shell's kind of weird, and it doesn't taste like a Reese's cup. So why is it Reese's?
You know, I actually kind of like those orange slices, the generic, or I never get them, but I just like all. I guess they're not even really gummies. Okay, let me read their A tier. Crunch
I would have put
bars.
Skittles into D tier. I messed up, but yeah.
Wow, you're gonna hurt some people putting Skittles in D tier.
I don't like Skittles.
It's C or B, but I love the sour ones more. Fun Dip A tier. Candy corn A tier. Ring Pops A tier. Hershey's regular A tier. Whoppers A tier. I think my favorite Hershey's bar is cookies and cream, which I might put A tier. Whoppers A tier. Warheads A tier. I think those are Gummy Lifesavers A tier.
Mm-hmm.
Smarties A tier. Oh, New York Peppermint Patties A tier. I kind of got sick of those because my parents used to own a restaurant and we had those, so I wasn't a huge fan.
Oh
you
my
put
God.
Andy's D tier. Okay, have you had that?
I meant to put the Fireball into D tier. I hate Fireball. I don't know why that disgrace is in
Fireball
B tier
and B tier.
Fireball.
So M&M's, I think B tier.
I think that's M&M's.
Those are just regular like Haribo gummy bears or something. Just gummy bears in general. B tier. Hershey's Kisses B tier. Twizzlers B tier. 100 grand. I love 100 grand. I'd put it a little higher, but I can get with it being B tier. Jolly Ranchers B. I think Jolly Ranchers are such a solid B tier candy.
Yeah.
Sweet Tarts, like you're not mad if you eat them, but you would. I don't think you'd pick so many things.
It's just too
above
much. It's too sharp.
Yeah, Sweet Tarts and Milky Way. I think those are all pretty solid B tier choices. C tier: Bubble Tape, Jawbreakers, Lifesavers,
The crunchies.
Mounds. I think those are Nerds. Are those Nerds? What are
Yeah.
they? Yeah, Nerds. Heath Bar, Swedish Fish, Three Musketeers, Gobstoppers, Snickers. I'm surprised you put it that high if you don't like nuts. Laffy Taffy and Skittles.
I can't really taste it as well. I just think it's overhyped.
Is there a reason why you put Milky Way over Three Musketeers? Aren't they like essentially the same candy? I don't know.
I just don't like Snickers. Like my mom really likes Snickers.
No,
and
I
that
mean Milky
influenced me.
Way. I mean Milky Way versus Three Musketeers. Does Milky Way have caramel in it? Actually, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is.
I think so. I haven't had a Milky Way all that much, but I just remember when I did have it, I was like, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I think Milky Way is like, I think it's a solid B tier. D tier. There's no F tier. I guess that's the lowest tier. D tier. Reese's Pieces, Andes, Pixie Sticks, and I always mention this. Did you ever know those kids who would like do lines of Pixie Sticks? Like those kids. Were you one of those? I think Kitty DVR was one of those. No, you were one of those. You did do lines. You and
that's why I don't like them. I was dared to snort it, and I was like,
Starburst. The cookie dough candies, which I haven't had. I actually like cookie dough.
I haven't had those either. That's why I put them there.
Oh, Almond Joy, the orange slices, Bazooka Bubblegum, which is fair. I always just got the comics for some reason, even though they're mediocre comics. Hot Tamales, Pop Rocks, Dots, Blow Pops, Candy Necklaces, Dum Dums. Oh, you're going to hurt Farisu with some of these picks in D tier. Dum Dums in bottom tier, Farisu. Airheads in bottom tier. Gummy soda bottles. I actually like the Coke bottles. I know some people don't like them. Pez.
I like the Coke ones.
Okay, that's gumdrops, just regular gumdrops. Baby Ruth, Milk Duds, Tootsie Pops, Tootsie Rolls, Razzles. I've never had Razzles. Candy. What are those? Just candy pills or so? I don't know what you call them.
I don't even know. Candy pills and candy cigs.
Candy kills and candy cigs. Jelly beans and Mike and Ike. Those are the D tier for them. What do you guys think? Same though. Wait, what did you say? Same though too. Hi Faywins. Hi Fluffy Sparkle Fam. I love you. Roasted Peeps. No way. No Reese's Pieces in sub S tier, says Farisu. Was that you? The ding?
Sorry, that's
oh,
my
no,
phone.
You're okay. I was like, well, bye, Wolfie. Take care. I'll try to stop by your show. I miss you. Thank you for hanging out lately.
Ooh, it's because I'm no battery.
I showed the people I'm playing Maple Story with my tier list. Now I'm being shamed. Your tier list isn't that bad. Moon VR. What are your S tier candies? Moon VR, one of my favorite guests ever. You know, Moon VR, when I'm practicing freestyle in my spare time, I actually freestyle about you a lot. I freestyle about Ribbles a lot, fucking people's moms. I freestyle. I always talk about Moon VR and her underscores, her wiggles, her bedtime stories, her comfiness. But I think about Peepo Shy and stuff whenever I'm practicing. I hope you're doing well. Please go check out my friend Moon. They are the sweetest person. They love to wiggle and dance and just. They're so kind and welcoming though, and they have such a sweet voice. They've kind of been my. I'm gonna say this. I'm not lying. They're kind of been like my gym role model lately behind the scenes. I've been exercising again, feeling pretty good. And they have an amazing voice and they're so well spoken. And I love their bedtime story streams. They're so comfy. And I can't wait to see you again. I don't know if I'll get to see you at TwitchCon, but we haven't hung out in a while. And that's, we're both so busy, but I miss you. And I know I've been saying this for like a year and stuff, but I really do hope one day we can come together and work together on something. It's, I really hope we can. I have such high, I don't know what the word is. High praise for them. She's amazing. Bob's cool trainer, Angel Tail even. By the way, this is so random, but have you guys seen that show Beef on Netflix? If you haven't seen Beef...
Is that why your status name was Beef?
Yeah, that's why it said Beef and had a gun on it. Oh, man. Beef? Oh, it's so good. I'm such a fan of that show. Where's my dedicated freestyle about being a bee? I don't really like calling people a bitch. I really don't like that word. But that's just me.
I have a poem about bees.
About bees? The actual bees?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it when people call me a bitch, even in like an affectionate way. They're like, bitch. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. I valid. I personally much enjoy it, and that's fair. That's fair. I guess I just like, and I understand like the idea of like reclaiming a word, and kind of being a little bit empowering or whatever. But I've been around some really misogynistic people in my life, and that word and like this, calling people the C word and stuff.
C word, S
word. Oh yeah, I forgot. She's just Australian, so like Australians are like they're kissing every other word. They're like, "Hi, bitch, let's go to Macca's," and you're like, "Yeah, that's my bitch right there. We're eating chicken nuggets here," and it's like that's like just as wholesome as sweet as like, "You are such an amazing, sweet, kind person. I love you so much. You're beautiful and sweet, and I love talking to Ribbles. They're amazing and kind." And the equivalent of that in Australian talk is like, "Bitch, you look like you work at Macca's," and it's kind of like the same thing. Like it's the same in Australian. It's like, oh my god, I do work at Macca's. You work.
I kind of want to get McDonald's.
I kind of do too.
So
my friend keeps
right
DMing me pictures of like McDonald's stuff, which I don't know. I there's this really good place I've been going to lately. I'm trying not to, but they have like this truffle burger with like, I don't know if you like garlic fries. They have garlic fries.
I love garlic. Garlic anything's good.
Same. I love garlic. I just wanted to take a moment to say how much I appreciate your content. Oh, thank you, little Joker. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the sweet words. And then they said, the positive energy you bring to your streams, your dedication, passion, and hard work do not go unnoticed. And you've created a wonderful community that I am proud to be a part of. Your ability to make me laugh, smile, and forget about my worries is truly amazing. Thank you for sharing your talent, love, and happiness. That is very sweet of you. I don't know if you say that to everybody, but that's very sweet. I'll take the compliment. Thank you. Thank you.
It's true.
Shout out to Moon VR. shout out to you, little Joker. Shout out to Ribbles. Can somebody shout out Ribbles for me again? My guest, by the way, everyone, is a lovely Ribbles VR, and I've had such an amazing time talking with you. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that? I heard it. Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was. That was not
Do you have
me.
like a didgeridoo or something?
No.
I loved Moon's story reading. I'm glad I rated her the other day because I always want to send people to like comfy places and stuff, and yeah. Let me see if I missed anything else. So what are my F tier I mean, I think I said something like, I'll try most candies. There's no candy that really makes me want to like, some that I can't think of. Let me look at your tier list and see what I would put S tier.
Also, would you mind if I BRB? My room's getting
Of
really
course,
hot.
yeah. Do what you gotta do. I'll do this. So my S tier out of these, I'll put Reese's, Kit Kat, Sour Patch Kids, and Sour Patch Watermelons. Warheads. And I think that might be it for S tier. A tier. Maybe I'll put Lemon Heads up there. You guys are convincing me on Peeps because I really like marshmallows, but I'll maybe leave it for B tier. Crunch is A tier. Hershey's, it depends on what kind of Hershey's bar it is. I do like nuts, and I do actually like Hershey's with almonds. Cookies and cream Hershey's is my favorite, so I'll put that A tier. Gummy Lifesavers, maybe B tier. 100 Grand A tier. Heath Bar A tier. Snickers A tier. Reese's Pieces are probably A or S for me. Baby Ruth? Okay, here's my B tier. Baby Ruth. Maybe regular Hershey's, Whoppers, Gummy Lifesavers, regular Gummy Bears, Hershey's Kisses, Jolly Ranchers, Sweet Tarts, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, Airheads, Starburst, Gummy Coke bottles, Baby Ruth, Almond Joy, I might be A, but I'll just leave it at B. Okay, here's my C tier. I might put regular M&Ms there too. C tier. Maybe candy corn. I like it sometimes and I dislike it a lot of the time. Smarties. Maybe York Peppermint Patty. Oh, I might put Andy's B tier also. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put Skittles B tier as well. Swedish Fish are also B tier. Got a lot of B tiers. C tier. Hot Tamales. I actually think they're C tier. Pop Rocks, Dots, C tier. Jelly Bellies can be C tier. Depends on the flavor. There's some I really like. Nerds. I actually might put B tier. C tier. Fireballs too. Is Fun Dip a D tier candy to me? Or what is D tier? Pixie Sticks, maybe. I guess Ring Pops are C tier too, and I guess Gushers are A or B. D tier candy necklaces. Yeah, Blow Pops aren't that good either. Tootsie Pops are okay. They're C or D. Orange Slices, I guess D is fair. Mike and Ike, D. Candy cigarettes, I've never really had. Dots, D. Laffy Taffy, not great. Bubble Tape, D. Jawbreakers, probably D. The novelty of Jawbreakers is it just breaking your jaws. No, doesn't taste good at all. I've never eaten a Jawbreaker for its taste. Like, it's not great. We were talking about licorice. It's like a C tier candy in general for me, licorice. It's like okay. I think that's it. Whoppers are B for me. There's like an Asian version of Whoppers. I forget what they're called that I like a little bit better. Oh, so Toblerone's not on this list. I would put it S tier, and Ferrero Rochers. What else is not on this list that I like? Buenos, if anyone's ever had a Bueno. My Euro friends or Canadian friends, Buenos. Buenos might be number 1 or 2 candy for me. But Reese's peanut butter cups are so good. Is there anything on Reese's list that I didn't read out? Sweet tarts are like a C for me. What are some things on her F tier that I like? Twix. Twix for sure. I like Almond Joys. Pocky, I put A tier as well. Yan Yans, also probably A or B. Gobstoppers are C for me. Swedish Fish are B for me. I think that's it. Dum Dums are B or C. They're okay. All right, I didn't read anyone's comments, depending on my list. You're sweet. Yeah, thank you, Joker. Warheads not being S tier. Warheads are S tier for me. Warheads are S tier for me. I'm sorry. Thank you for being comfy, oh girls. Buenos, Pog. They're so you're Pog. I have a jar of Dum Dums in my house. That sounds really good. Now, when Ribbles comes back, root beer goated flavor. You know, there's a Korean place near my house. I think I told you about this, but they had a jar of Dum Dums, and I thought of you. I didn't have one because I'm trying to lower my sugar intake right now, so I could be a cute based anime girl like Ali Thera and like Farisu. Pog. I love you, Ali. By the way, please check out my friend Ali Thera. They're streaming on Kick right now for, I think, for the right reasons. I understand people don't like that place. You know, I understand. I get it. But I love Ali, and I want to see her do well, and I want to see her make as much money as she can. And I'm grateful for her, and I love AJ too. I love Politely Wicked. 2 people admit that I got to interview. Oh wait, 3 people. I don't know if Maru is still here. Got to interview Maruka Ko, Ali Thera, Politely Wicked, all people I love so much. And today I get to interview Ribbles. By the way, just on the horizon, tomorrow, Blackjacks VR, the famous Blackjacks. Thursday will be my friend Starry Yazzie, who's not really a VRChat streamer, but I'm sure you guys will like her. She's an old friend of mine and very, very sweet and cute. Saturday will be Bunny Hearted. And then on next Sunday, after Blackjacks, will be Seahorse. And then, LOL, it was an old friend of mine too, but, you know, Things. And then, wait. And then after that, Fire Rose VR, my cute senpai. Yeah. But good vibes here. Good vibe. I love everybody, and I love all of you guys. So, but Allie, I will just say this: no matter who you are, I will never accept someone getting down on Ali Thera. That will always rub me the wrong way because she's always been the sweetest person to me. And she's like a sister to me. So same goes with a lot of you. You know, if anyone talks badly about a lot of you, Politely Wicked. Evan Skyheart, as little as I've known them, you know, I will defend Farisu too, for sure. Despite me being really anxious lately. We've hashed everything out, thank God, because I adore her. And I'm so happy that she's in my life again. It felt like one of my best friends came back into my life, and that made me so happy. And Tulip Balm, I will not accept people talking bad about Tulip Balm, Angel Tail, Moon VR. I'm sure Moon VR has a lot of haters. Oh, I'm just kidding. Is she still here? She is here! Now, Kitty DVR is one of the few people in the chat that I will allow people to talk badly. No, I'm just kidding. If someone really talked badly about Kitty DVR, I would.
That Kitty DVR
I
person,
would.
so stinky, so smelly.
I would
Weird
I would
champ.
go to war for them because they have been my friend for a
Thank
while
you.
now, and they're amazing. Yeah, welcome back, Red Boys.
Thank
I can
you.
talk badly about
My room
Politely
got really
Wicked. They're a
hot.
weirdo. I don't think anybody has ever talked bad about Politely Wicked that I've ever heard. Alithera is so pretty. She is incredibly pretty, and more than that, she's an amazing, kind person. I feel that way about a lot of you.
Meanwhile, I will go to war for Oak Girls.
Aw,
If anyone's
I will
mean
go to
Oak
war
Girls,
with you
I'll kill
for you
everybody in this
too.
room and then myself.
Oh, no, wait, what? No. One caveat, they can hate on me if it's funny or if I can. Yeah, like that's different, you know. Poking fun of people is different. I love it when people like do their "Oh Girls" impression or whatever, you know. Or poke fun of me. I think, you know, mimicry and imitation, but this is the highest form of flattery or something. Because it shows that you like know the person well enough
they're
to.
funny, yeah.
That too. Priestess, I would wrestle Alithera any day. So, me too, but I would actually like. I wouldn't put that in quotation marks. I just used to like wrestling as a kid. I don't really anymore, but anyway. More importantly, I mean, I could talk to you about anything for a while, but I wanted to talk to you about your ice cream tier list real quick because I think this is gonna be the shock face.
Oh dear.
Can we pull it up? All right, who is an ice cream tier list? Ice cream is interesting because I think when I did an ice cream tier list, I literally had nothing below C tier because I love ice cream and I will eat most ice cream happily. Like, it's got to be really bad for me not to like it. Lately, I eat more soft serve with taiyaki, which is the Japanese fish thing. I don't know if you ever had that. So good. Oh, the Japanese fish. It's so good. It's not an actual like fish. It's a pastry.
Yeah, it's
but
like the pastry. I've never had it, but that sounds really good.
I remember the ice cream tier list is Optimus. Mint ice cream S tier is free. So mint you put mint chocolate below mint. Everything else C tier. Pistachio B tier. I like stuff with caramel. I think, you know, straw green. This might be an unpopular take if you're not Asian, but green tea ice cream is maybe my favorite ice cream. Like matcha.
I love green tea ice cream.
Like green tea ice cream. I love green tea.
They didn't have it on the list. Also, if I could have mint above mint chocolate, I would put mint above mint chocolate.
Oh, so you agree with that? That's interesting. I never really had regular mint.
And I have an opinion that people are gonna go like, they'll kind of get it. I like peppermint bark ice cream more than mint chocolate chip.
See,
because peppermint bark is the same thing, but with peppermint chunks in it, and then chocolate chunks.
Like, that sounds really good. Wait, do you have your ice cream tier list up? Can you send it to me?
Yeah. Here.
Sorry for doing so much work.
No, you're not making me do anything. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was scrolling through it. That's why I was quiet as you were talking earlier.
I might have to get some ice cream after this. I need to quell my sweet tooth right now.
I got some peanut butter, like Reese's peanut butter ice cream, which is superior. Like, this doesn't have my favorite Reese's peanut butter, but it's still S tier. I love the dark chocolate, or just the chocolate Reese's peanut butter ice cream. I don't like the vanilla. I like the chocolate one.
Okay,
where it's predominantly chocolate, and then it has like swirls of peanut butter in it.
Here is the Ribbles ice cream tier list. Should I put it on stream? All right, hold on.
I didn't know if you were announcing it or putting it on stream.
Well, I'll announce it and put it on stream, but let me put it on stream this time so everyone can see it and judge you accordingly. And you can tell people that you're gonna fuck their mom or something. Hi,
yeah, I'll fight chat. I just want you to know that this is a cited, professionally sourced ice cream tier list. It means that any opinions against it are just factually incorrect. Sorry,
you heard
I'm not the one who made the rules.
I did not say that, but that is her stance. And, wait, what was this image? Oh, I forgot. This is the image I had on screen, which is my hand. Let me see. I was just wearing a ring. Here's the ice cream tier list. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, that is so small. Oh wait, no, that's you. Hold on. Unlock that.
Where is your mint chocolate chip ice cream? S tier.
This is pretty high. I'll do a big version of it and then I'll slow it down or low it down. Okay, you guys see this on the screen here? I'll keep it a little bit lower.
It's okay, Bobs. It's okay to be
block
incorrect.
My head here. My head is gonna be the tier list, I think, is what it looks like. Yeah. That's my head is the tier list. All right, so as you guys can see, we'll start with F tier. Pistachio F tier. You hear that, Frisu? Pistachio F tier. Bubblegum F tier. Lemon custard F tier. Peach F tier. Oh, I don't really have peach ice cream, so I can't say. Mango F tier. I don't eat it often, but I like mango. You don't like mango. You hate mango. Fair. Coconut ice cream? I don't think I've had that much. Butter pecan? F tier. Ah! Butter pecan's okay. It's not the greatest. Okay, D tier.
I hate peach. They include like pieces of peach in it, like fruit in it, peaches. And I don't like that.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I love peaches, but I don't like peach the frozen bits of peach that's in there. That's fair. It makes me angry.
D tier. Coffee. These are some debate. Wow, these are some controversial choices. Rocky Road, vanilla, birthday cake, which I would put D tier as well. Coffee and chocolate chip. I would put chocolate chip C, vanilla C, Rocky Road C. Coffee may deserve D. I would put pistachio B or C. Bubblegum is definitely F for me. Lemon custard, I haven't had it enough. What is beer ice cream? That's an haven't tried. I've never had beer ice cream.
I've never had it either.
I've never had Superman ice cream either, but I remember last time I did this tier list, somebody was raving about Superman ice cream. I have no idea what that is.
You know what, Tulip? We can agree to disagree as long as we got solidarity on everything else. We can agree to disagree.
Is brownie batter and black raspberry. I feel like I've had both of those maybe one time in my life, and I think C is fair. Cheesecake and Neapolitan and B. I think those are fair too. A, peanut butter. That's a big A for me. Cookies and cream might be S tier for me. Definitely A. Chocolate chip cookie dough also might be S for me. Peppermint, I haven't had it, so...
Yeah, after having it more, after the tier list, I wanted to put it in S tier.
I'm sorry about this choice. Cotton candy is not S tier for me, but she put it S tier. Reese's peanut butter cup, S tier. Just regular chocolate over chocolate chip. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, that's fair. Chocolate ice cream is at least an A for me. I was going to say strawberry is an S for me. Strawberry ice cream is so good. It's not anymore, strawberry?
No, it used to be like not as... I didn't used to be as big on it, but I really like strawberry. I also like strawberry milk.
Strawberry milk is good. I haven't had it that often.
But cotton candy is S tier. Sorry, not sorry. It's a very specific
don't be sorry.
candy.
I haven't had it much though. So
it's a specific kind that's neon blue and neon pink, and it's swirled. And it's me and my IRLs like went on a huge hunt to try and like find it, and it was sold by this company that you can like get it shipped to your house and everything. But I don't remember the company, and therefore it's gone. The closest thing is the Ben and Jerry's one.
All right, I wasn't really reading chat during that, but what do you guys think of that tier list? Brownie batter at C tier says identity match. Wait, what do you put it on? I like cake batter. I don't know if you've had that. I've only had it at what's that place called? What is that ice cream? Cold Stone, which is okay. Vanilla in D tier says Farisu.
Yeah, I don't like it when it has fruit chunks in it. That's why I put peach in F tier, but I like the creamy strawberry so much that I just don't. Also, vanilla is in D tier. I'm not moving it out of D tier. The only vanilla that gets out of D tier is the vanilla bean ice cream that has a little
vanilla bean is so good.
That gets out of it. But everything else tastes so artificial and really sugary, and I just
think
don't
that
like
is fair. But vanilla bean, like the top tier vanilla bean ice cream, might be S to me, honestly. I think it's so good, like high quality. Sherbet was not on the list, but I do like sherbet. Hi, Opticare, by the way. Is that Opticare? Hi, Opticare. Green tea, once again, is on my S tier. Mint chip used to be my favorite ice cream of all time as a kid. I would move it down a little bit now, only because I don't eat it as often. But I do still think it is really good.
Little
Where is
autism
mint chocolate
thing.
chip? Well, Bob's Leg says mint chocolate chip in F tier, says Bob's Legs.
It's okay to be incorrect, Bobs.
It's okay.
It's okay. We still love you.
I'd be down to fight Ribbles just in general. I'm pretty sure Ribbles could destroy you, Tulip Bomb. But that's only because Tulip Bomb
I apologize.
is like 50 pounds. they are a tiny person. They would get destroyed. Much like
I
Farisu.
used to take boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like,
unfortunately, most of the people who say they want to fight me, it's like I'm just like, yeah, I'll fight you. And
that being said, Tulip Bomb, I think you could probably beat me up pretty easily. Me and Farisu, I'm pretty weak. Tulip Bomb weighs as much as a tulip. Hi, Labby, cutie. What did Labby says? Agreed. Pistachios F tier. Do you guys? Did you? You don't like pistachios in general, though. See, I actually like pistachios in general.
I haven't. My mom used to be obsessed with it, but the smell of it. Like I've never tasted it.
Loss is not the objective here. Now, affectionately, wrestling, that's a little bit different. That's different. But I will obliterate you, Tulip Bomb. ... In Soul Calibur 6, says Farisu. That's like that joke on The Simpsons. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna kill you at Nintendo or something. Asking to be embarrassed on stream. I don't know. I didn't even bother thinking about A4 paper vanilla flavor. What is that? I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing you mean artificial vanilla. Oh, for sure I was thinking the bean one. Yeah, vanilla bean. I get what you mean. Is okay. Artificial, like super fake artificial vanilla is not great.
Like there's a vanilla ice cream that they always put on ice cream cakes and at birthday parties and everything, and I just hate it.
I hate it. Sally, are you Canadian? We don't have maple ice cream in the States, but maple ice cream sounds like it'd be good.
I love making maple tea. Quote unquote maple tea. I literally just put maple syrup and milk together and I would stir it and then drink it. And it's a very specific maple syrup. Not the overtly sugary maple syrup that's like that you see in commercials, but those those specific jugs and they have the maple leaf on the side and it's really tart, like a really like abrupt like maple flavor. Like that's what I put. And I make a drink with it usually whenever we have them.
That sounds good. Hi, Sheep Myth, sweetheart, by the way.
It's my favorite cold drink.
Taiyakis, good stuff. Oh, that sounds good. I had a roommate who had a maker for them in college, and we made them on a regular. Man, taiyaki maker seems like it'd be very dangerous for me. Chocolate S tier, don't care for anything else. That's very fair. Yeah, green tea's my favorite. Give me that chocolate ice cream with a chocolate swirl and chocolate brownie bits and chocolate chunks. Sounds pretty good, H. To me, you can't really go wrong with a solid chocolate ice cream. Yeah, usually bad chocolate ice Superman cream is better than bad vanilla. Like it's really hard to mess up chocolate ice cream, but it's possible.
It is possible.
For sure. I don't know how... See, I don't really drink milk anymore, so it's hard for me to do a milk tier list because I'm also Asian, and as you guys know, Asians are all lactose intolerant for the most part. It makes us break out. Don't really drink milk very much. Any Asians lactose intolerant here? I think it's like a running joke between all of us.
Unless you're Korean.
Yeah, but they're also... I forgot what that was. I heard, Koreans they have milk in their dishes and stuff, but I do still
milk
think...
and cheese, especially in all the popular street foods. There's a lot of mozzarella.
Yeah.
Mozzarella
oh man, I want
noodles.
some Korean street food right now. Fuck. Have you ever
Mozzarella
had
corn dogs?
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you had Korean corn dogs before? Oh, they're so
every time I see those
good.
videos, I'm like,
they're delicious. They're incredible.
But I want it fresh. I want to go to Korea to experience the street food. I don't want like secondhand like street food.
Well, it's probably not as good as it is in Korea, but the ones that are in America are usually made by Koreans or other Asians, so they're pretty good usually. I mean, if it was like some white person, no offense, white people, but if it was some white person making, I mean, that was all the offense, making like Korean corn dogs. I don't know about that, but there's a Korean corn dog place 3 blocks from my house. Yeah, I had them for the first time in Maryland, and they were incredibly delicious. Oh my god. Oh, there's actually one like 20 minutes from my place, and I might go. Big Fish, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Tulip. Are you going to Vegas this year for TwitchCon, Fish? They're the best. Fish is the best. You can't handle these hands in Smash, even though I don't own a Switch or Smash. I don't know who's better at Smash because I'm not good. Lumichu might beat Furisu because
Lumi's good at Smash?
She's maybe the best. Her or Furisu are the best Smash players I've ever seen in my life. Now, Lumichu used to play competitively, at least Melee. She used to enter tournaments and stuff. However, Furisu would play people who were professionals and destroy them somehow. Like, the only way I could fight against Furisu was playing a ranged character and sniping her from across the map over and over while she was busy fighting someone else. Because I suck at Smash, and that's my only move.
I suck at Smash too. I never had like a Nintendo console that had it proper.
I might be hormonal right now. Oh, really? Yeah, see, I never really played it that much either. I did play some other fighting games, but not really Smash. Nope, I'm from Utah. It's rare. It's around, but rare. My 2 faves are Maple and Superman. So wait, what's Superman again? Like the waxy, cheap nacho cheese at events equivalent of vanilla? Yeah, but I like that sometimes for some reason. I know it's terrible and fake and terrible for me, but
yeah, I've never had Superman. I thought it was like fruit flavored, I guess.
It looks like a mix of fruit, but I don't think it is that. I'm not really sure what Superman is.
That's horrible.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
The artificial fucking awful vanilla times 10.
Hello, Wibbo. How are you, Wibbo? Wibbo is really cute. I remember Wibbo, you're cute.
I keep thinking your ooh is speaking my name.
I know. That's what I thought too. Ripples, I miss you too. How you been? How have you been? Wibbo. I mean, my guest today is ribblesvr. No, I'm not Owu. I don't Owu speak, but that is their name. It's Wibbo. Same, no console, and don't have a friend that has it. I never play consoles. I recently sold my PS5 because it's like I never use this. I just got it because people love PS5 and they had like one exclusive game. There's no exclusive games on consoles. The only exclusive game that there's 2 exclusive games that I got my consoles for. Red Dead Redemption 1 and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, mostly because that's a lot of people's favorite games, but PS5 has no games moment.
I wish that I had a PS4 so I could have played the PS4 exclusives. I
got a PS4, Persona, so I want to play Bloodborne. Yeah, and Last of Us. There's like a Shadow of the Colossus remake that I wanted to play. I did get Parappa the Rapper because that was a game I liked when I was a kid. They have some like old exclusives that I wanted. What other was PS4? But they have a lot of good ones. I've been good. It's me and Max. 10-month today, so we're gonna make steak dinner. Oh my god. Can you tell Mac I said hi? It's Wibbo. I miss you so much. We gotta hang out in VR, Wibbo. You gotta stop changing your name and confusing me. People, you have friends that are like, you don't have a VR anymore? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'd love to hang out with you any way I can. That's okay. I get it. Congratulations on the 10 months. I hope you enjoy your steak dinner. I have an identity crisis. That's her. Little lady. Hi. Thank you for the raid, little lady. I'm gonna play Red Dead 1 soon again. I actually didn't finish Red Dead 1, but I really loved it. I really like Red Dead Redemption. Maybe one of my favorite games of all time. Superman's kind of like banana flavored, but not quite. I'm not
Ew.
sure. Ew, says Ribbles. I knew you were gonna say that. Ew.
Like, okay, I love homemade banana ice cream, but I hate artificial banana flavored things. So, like, my healthy ice cream, did you know if you freeze bananas and blend them, it makes the perfect ice cream consistency and it's really tasty?
Mm-hmm.
So I love making banana ice cream, but artificial banana ice cream where they put banana flavoring into milk and dairy shit. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't like it at all. Like
No,
it makes me go what?
I'm just not a fan of like artificial stuff in general anymore.
Yeah,
I like the authentic stuff, the real stuff. Man, I want a steak
yeah,
dinner though. If I want a steak dinner, I want to get like some really fresh fruit or something, or like some Reese's peanut butter cups. That sounds good too.
yeah.
You should try the Korean corn dogs for sure, Sheep Bar Myth. By the way, I saw her cosplay and her Instagram, and she's a big cutie. Or they're a big cutie. Risky Dingo, what's up? How are you? How was your stream, little lady? Destiny 2! Oh, I forgot. Little lady's actually a Destiny 2 speedrun. If you like the Destiny 2 speedruns, little lady, I think, was the world record holder for, oh, what was the last expansion called? Witch something? Anyway, she had the world record for that for a while, which is really cool and little known fact about her. Also an amazing
That's
avatar
awesome.
maker. For real? You be the judge. Yeah, lady, that's so cool. I know, right? That's so cool and truthful. Never thought you could make that in the ice cream.
I was fully like just like yeah, Old Girls is telling the truth. And then Ogo said 100% truthful, and I was like, wait a minute,
Ripples is also a speedrunner.
what? I speedrun begging moms from across the world.
Exact #1 mom banger in the world.
Yeah, that's me.
Totally truthful version of the single
Absolutely.
really totally. Ribbles, what do? I freeze bananas and make them to turn them to shake. Never thought that you could make that into ice cream. Yeah, I guess so. You could. Banana milkshakes or regular banana shakes are really good. They're really good. I like strawberry shakes too. You have the replay up somewhere, Ripples? This 2-level. You have the replay of banging Sopra's mom.
Oh yeah,
Practice the
we're working on
routing.
it on onlymoms.com.
Onlymoms.com. That's probably a site.
Yeah, don't actually look that up. I don't know if that's actually a site or not.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't. I'll get banned probably. Red Dead is my favorite game, followed by Nier Automata. I played Nier Automata for like 5 minutes, and I should actually play that whole game because
Me too. I played it for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, and then I just didn't. I just don't like post-apocalyptic like settings. I like
Oh.
adventure settings, like
That's fair.
with characters that I can really like.
That's fair. That's fair. I really liked it though, and I think the characters are really cool, but I just haven't gotten into it. It is super depressing though. Like it is.
Yeah,
From
that's
what I
also
hear in
why.
here, is super depressing. Ribbles, what was
Task
the
speedrun fucking your
fastest
mom?
time it took you to riz up someone's mom?
Huh?
Pretty fast, apparently, according to her and Sopra.
Yes.
Looks like it's a blog website with nothing on it. It says laughyonlymoms.com. How do you
Thank
guys
God.
feel about Devil May Cry 5? I've only played Devil May Cry 1, so I can't say, unless the
All I
DMC5
know
means something else.
Is I like the character Virgil. That's it. It's just because one of my friends really liked Virgil.
Should I?
and It was great.
If I played the Devil May Cry series, I've heard that I could start with 3, but some people say start with 1, skip 2, but I will play 2 if I go that route. Some people say you can start 3, so I don't know. What do you guys think about DMC? I hear DMC 5 is good. 2 is very easy. I heard 2 is just really janky. I don't know when the next time I'll play Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 was such a stressful experience. It was fun, But it was incredibly
Now
taxing
that I
on
have my
my
heart rate
soul.
monitor, I'll probably play like more games once I upgrade my PC. Like,
Oh, have you ever
I
played
hate
Resident
horror. I'm so
Evil?
bad with horror, but I love horror.
My faves are 5, 4, 3 in that order. Have you played Half-Life Alyx? I haven't played it.
Half-Life Alyx broke on my PC. Like the
Oh,
Half-Life Alyx
really?
2, like fresh PC, fresh index, broke. Like hard broken. Like NPCs were not there and nothing could fix it. And so I never played Half-Life Alyx 6 since this was in 2020.
Okay, yeah,
So
I haven't played it. I feel like I kind of want to play it and stream it. I've been feeling like playing, like an
it'll most likely
imagine.
work for you.
It'll
For
probably
me,
work.
it was just a one-time thing that everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And yeah.
I I would love to like play some VR games. Thank you for deleting that, Bob. What a first. Someone comes in and the first message they said is, "I'm dying." It's like, well, I don't know if you're serious or not, but you're dying. This is the last place you should be. Go spend time with your loved ones. Um, 3 did the Metal Gear Solid thing where it's a prequel. Okay, interesting. What are some of... Anyway, this is about Ribbles. This is Ribbles interview. What
Hi.
is your...
Sorry, I'm so comfy.
No, don't be sorry. This is usually the part of the interview where we just start talking to Chad and kind of just getting comfy. But thank you for being on so far, and it's been amazing.
Thank
Oh,
you
one of
for
my
having
trackers
me.
turned off. Yeah, this has been
I
a
wish it
really,
wasn't
really
so
fun...
hot. I'd feel more engaging if I
No,
wasn't sweating
you've been
uncontrollably
so
right now.
great. You've been so engaging and amazing, and I want you to be as comfy as possible and just vibe. Because I think that's also one of my favorite parts of the interview is like getting to know people, but also just getting to chill and showing what people what they're what it's like to chill off stream too.
Mm-hmm.
She is not. I'm just gonna do you a favor, black man. Thank you for the follow, but thank you for the timeout, Bob. She is not naked. She's wearing a shirt. You dunce.
This is true.
It did kind of look like that from this angle,
I
though.
know.
That's fair.
I know. I should have changed avatars, but I didn't.
Your hair on this Abby looks real yum. I like the shirt. Yeah, your hair looks great, says Tulip Balm, and I think it looks great too.
Thank you.
And I hit Tulip. Her hair is actually this beautiful IRL, maybe more beautiful.
Oh, I need to re-dye it. I need to dye it for EDC. I don't know what color I should dye it because orange faded really fast.
Yeah, I guess I could see. What color is your hair naturally again? Is it brown?
It's a dark brown.
Okay. Interesting.
Like
how long did it take to... Because I've never really dyed my hair that much, especially how much hair you have.
I have an interesting case.
Too,
I have
Sally.
really, really dense and thick hair. You can
cream.
split my hair into a ponytail, chop off, or into pigtails, chop off one pigtail, and it would be enough hair for an average person. And be like a perfect wig. Like I have a lot of hair, so it took me 2 boxes of bleach, didn't get it all the way, had to go to a professional, paid $200, $100, I think. Yeah, $100 for her to bleach my hair properly because she then had to use all of her bleach to then bleach my hair. And then it took me 2 dyes of the orange hair dye plus an additional red dye. And at one point, like, I literally took scissors to my hair and chopped off, like, a couple inches of my hair to make it easier, and it still took so much. Like, it took, like, a solid hour, almost 2 hours to get the full color in my hair. Because not only is it hard to dye, but it's also, it's hard to dye, but it's also very hard to damage. So I keep my hair dyes in for a very long time, and it doesn't damage my hair at all because my hair is just super freakishly resilient to everything that I put into it. So it took me quite a bit to do everything. I'm
thinking about dyeing my hair. No, not dyeing, but maybe dyeing the tips or something.
You should.
Like pink or purple or something like that. I never really have, but people have been convincing me that it might be cute. What do you guys think?
You should bleach it and then dye it like a bright like bleach the tips and then dye it that bright color.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what to do, but that sounds like a plan. I kind of would like to try that out. My hair
You
is
definitely should go
longer
to a
now,
hairdresser
so. Oh yeah, that's
for
probably a way better idea than doing it myself.
yeah, no, you don't want to do it yourself if you've never
Yeah,
done it
do the
before.
tips. Yeah, that sounds cute actually. I don't know. I don't want to like damage my hair though, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Fulfa! Fulfa, ring! Hi, Fulfa. If you have naturally dark hair and require bleaching your hair, you should get really good conditioner. Bleaching that much
Hold
will
on.
super dry out your hair. What kind of conditioner do you guys use? I recently was using my friend's Pantene Pro V, and it was really good. I usually use Tresemme, but I'm starting to think that Tresemme is not that great of a conditioner, even though I've used it for so long. I've actually also, this might be like sacrilege to some people, but I'm conditioning my hair less and less, and it looks nicer. Like, I do condition it like once a week or so, but I used to condition it like 2 to 3 times a week, and my sister was like, yeah, I stopped conditioning my hair that much, and it just looks better. And I was like, no way. But me and her are so similar, like similar skin types and hair, that I was like, maybe I'll try that. And so I just...
Well,
I don't...
the oils that we produce in our hair is actually like to self-sustain our hair. So
Yeah.
when you don't constantly conditioner it, it lets those oils kind of take over. But you don't want to just like let it sit like that for a very long time.
Yeah, okay.
I actually over condition my hair. I don't shampoo as much as I do like put a conditioner in and go, and it's been
Hi,
treating my hair pretty
Maddie.
alright.
By the way, thanks for shouting out Fofa. I think Fofa is really well known for their like VTuber videos and helpful streaming stuff and their amazing work in Unity. I recently actually watched a helpful Fofa tip about automatically changing my Twitter to going live, which I don't actually did, but it's the one thing I use my Stream Deck for. So thank you, Fofa. Also, Fofa, little known fact, a Minecraft speedrunner. They speedrun Minecraft in their spare time, and that's what they were practicing last time on their stream. So please check them out. They're super cool. I kind of adore them and their partner. I do, for real. Yes, Fofa is a Minecraft speedrun. I speedrun dying.
This hip
Yes,
tracker.
what
Sorry.
color? What color do you like to dye your hair, Fofa? From what I remember, you're Korean question mark. I don't know if that's racist for you to say, but I have black hair too. I'm Taiwanese, so I guess I should need a good conditioner. Do you like dye your hair like the color of your avatar? I think it's like kind of. I've had it every color. I stopped dyeing my hair because it got really damaged. I see.
Yeah, I like dye my hair once a year, and I always I'll bleach it and then use a color that fades really pretty. So like the red just made it more strawberry colored right now, and
Thank
really
you for
nice.
gifting us up the Fofa. Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I
It's
don't
like a
want to damage my hair. Like I actually, hot take here. I actually like my hair. I like the color my hair is, so I haven't really felt the need to bleach it, or dye it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just basic with just like black hair. I use anything my boyfriend puts in the shower for me. Yeah, I used to be that way, but I mean, I live on my own now, so I just have stuff, whatever I get. But I need to, you know what I should try? I need to try more like Asian hair products, either Korean hair products or maybe Japanese stuff. It's really nice. And like skincare products too, and some like makeup stuff. I don't know. I don't use enough Asian products, and I feel like they're really nice and they're probably better for your skin. I don't know how true that is, but
I want to use more makeup.
me too.
I'm used to very American-centered makeup. I want to learn like more like soft, because a lot of Asian makeup like enhances the features you have, whereas American tries to change the features.
Right, yeah, which is nothing, it's different styles, but I do prefer more of a natural look that like enhances your features.
Yeah. Also,
I'll try it, Joico. I'll try the. Sorry, I called you Joico. I'll try it, Joico. I'll try for vomit conditioner. No, yeah, I'll try the Joico purple conditioner. I feel like my sister might have had that. That name seems familiar. Or maybe a former partner. Hoi hoi. Thank you again, Fish, for gifting us up to Fofa. Thanks for popping in. I hope you've been doing okay, Fofa. I hope Striker Sly has been doing good too. She's amazing. For some reason, I smell Michoso? Eh? Michoso? Sorry. I learned that for like a close friend of mine. Yeah, so that means are you crazy in Korean? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, what did I do? Yeah, do you have to get going?
Yeah,
thank you
too
for
hot
being
for me
here.
to be in
It's
VR
so
right
fair.
now.
You've been hanging out with me for 3 hours. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're amazing. Everyone, can we give
I
some
hope
hearts?
nothing that I talked about
some
was too
applause
much.
for Ribbles. And before you go, one last question is what I actually wanted to ask you during the video. What is your most what Fofa actually wants to add me in VR chat. Oh my god. Pog, I'd love to add you.
Pog.
I was gonna say, what is the VR device that you're looking forward to the most? VR technology that's coming up in the future? Because I know you know a lot about this.
Universal face tracking for every headset, having like eye tracking integration in every headset. I'm looking forward to that.
That'd be so
I want
cool.
it to be an index easily without having to go through a bunch of third parties. Yeah. And for right now, it's super hard to get it unless you want to sell your soul to Meta.
Yeah.
Buy an outdated headset that is like $1,500 on the market, or an even more expensive headset that's not as good as the Vive iPro. So it's really expensive, and
is it coming though? Is it coming
in the big screen VR? I want it in the big screen VR too. I hope that they add like an integration of eye tracking for big screen VR the big screen beyond. Yeah, that's the headset that I'm looking forward to the most. I wish I could get it, but I'm not going to because it doesn't have eye tracking, and I'm trying to get a headset with that. But yeah, just tracking in general. I'm excited for haptics to be more accessible as well. So like haptic suits, like there was someone who said that they had like a haptic that was like a skin tight suit. I'm interested in that.
Sorry, I needed to fix it. Wait, let me take some pictures while you're ready. Woo. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Same.
That's what
Only reason I'm not getting one, said Fofa. Yeah, I agree with that. I want some haptics too.
Yeah, it's so unique. Big screen VR is so unique that they have like you got to get an iPhone to then make a 3D print of your face, so then they can make a 3D like model for a face gasket, and then they ship it to you, so it only properly fits on your face. Yeah, it is really a perfectly tight sealed like.
What?
For your face
headset.
That.
I don't actually know very little about the big screen, despite people really kind of.
They undersell to then make it so that people are pleasantly surprised when they get it, and it's on par with the Index, in my opinion. Like with all of the FOV, the pixel density,
so
the contrast.
It's not great.
Yeah, apparently like colors are very vibrant in that headset, and the darks are actually dark and not like a weird gray.
Okay, one more question. I don't know if this is the right question because I don't really know what defines a generation of VR since I still think we're in the first generation maybe. When do you think generation 2 of VR will come out and what will that look like? I feel like
it's already coming out.
Yeah.
I think big screen VR is like the beginning of it. Now that we are having headsets that aren't and more small, I think that's the second gen.
If generation 2 is just smaller headsets and lighter weight headsets, that's what I want.
Because the Vive has been trying to do something extremely similar to that, except it is not a marketable thing for average consumers. It's for businesses, and they have something very similar to the big screen beyond that is a small headset as well. It's just not good to use with like games and anything. It's more for it's for businesses. So that's what I think second gen will be: is smaller, more compact headsets, utilizing more of the utilities that are being released right now, like the different types of trackers. Because we used to only have one type of tracker. We used to only have the Vive 2.0s. That was the only tracker on the market that you could properly get that would properly work with VR, like in vrchat and everything. Like Slime VR wasn't really like announced. Tundra wasn't really around. Like there was a bunch of like trackers that weren't around, and now there is like there's a bunch more options. Face tracking is now an option. Like 11-point tracking, at least for VR, is like an option now. Like I think we're in like phase 2 already of VR, because I think when I first got into VR, that was like that was one. Like the three biggest companies was Meta, Vive, and Steam, or slash Valve. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think we're like already a ways into there. Like,
okay. I'm glad Slime exists. Just wish it was better. Same. I haven't used it, and I've heard my friends' experiences it with it being pretty janky.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it exists for sure, because, according to Meta, full body tracking doesn't exist yet. So I want there to be options for other headsets. Already, too, with such a small base, gotta get the creators to get more games on the market. We'll get there, I think. All right, thank you for being here. I know you're so hot. Vegas, such. It was amazing.
Vegas heat.
This was a wonderful. Definitely made my day. Was getting to talk to you.
Yeah. I am glad we got to talk about the things we talked about, and
hold on. You're behind a pillow right now. Come here for a second.
What? Are we good?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
I'm happy to be here. I'm not gonna remember a lot of what we talked about because the heat scrambles my brain. I just get really frazzled and don't remember. So
I'll send you a link to the VOD later. I'll upload them to YouTube. No, it was a wonderful conversation. Thank you for talking with me. You're amazing.
You're a wonderful host.
One last applause for hearts for Ribbles. Thank you for the hearts earlier, Meki. Evan, the hearts this will was fuel great. Me.
I'm
Bob,
going to set a building on
Angel
fire.
Tail, Optimus, some guy, Jose, Maddie. Thank you guys. AJ, thank you. Some hearts for Ribbles. Thank you.
Wow,
my lovely friend. Go check him out at ribblesvr. Mostly a vrchat streamer and artist. They're amazing. And my friend. And
I don't post weird things on Twitter.
Maybe one of the cutest couples I've ever seen. One half of the cutest couples I've ever seen.
They love Kitty.
I know, and they love you so much. All right, bye,
See you
Ripples.
later.
Take care.
Bye.